Happy New Year, and welcome back to the 5th episode of the Champions of Virtue podcast. We apologize for the delay, and we hope to be back on schedule by the time the next episode comes out. If you're new to the series, welcome. Be sure to watch the previous episodes to keep up to date. And if you're a return listener, thank you so much for coming back. All of us are greatly appreciative and are so happy that you've chosen to listen to us yet again. Stay connected with the series by following the hashtag champsofvirtue on Twitter and let us know what you think. And of course, before we start, a quick refresher. The group made their expedition to the Feywild in search of the stolen Amber Ring of Compassion. After a tricksy encounter with some Faerie Dragons, they were able to find Ithariel, an elven city set amongst several large trees. During their attempts to gather information, they met Kendara, one of the upper echelons of the city court. They also discovered that Kendara was Kindra's mother, who left back to the Feywild shortly after Kindra was born. Tense words were spoken, feelings were shared and hurt, but after time, the group learned from Kendara about the Arrow of Corellon, a mystic artifact that binds the Feywild to the material plane. The group now sets off to find the arrow and discover its secrets and its power.
You wake up in Kendara's room, one of her homes. It's difficult to necessarily determine time because time's not necessarily a thing. You wake up and the sky is the eternal twilight that you've seen for the last several hours and days. This long reds and violets, indigos, blues, constantly, and you see a sun forever set on the horizon.
Damn.
You wake up to the smell of food cooking, of roasting vegetables. You see some of the handmaidens of Kendara kind of serving you food and helping you get dressed and bathe. To yourselves, they struggle a little bit with flank with the bathing. I'm already clean. I had my last bath a month ago.
I'm naked.
So as you're all bathed, dressed, and fed, you hear kind of the footsteps coming up the stairway toward your home. You notice none of these domiciles here have doors necessarily or front doors. You see kind of walking up this elven man kind of in
What is this?
like filigreed, almost like silvery white steel armor. You see sheathed behind him are two swords. He's got like a helmet on. And he walks in, you recognize him as Rowan. He kind of knocks on the side of the door. It's like, I hear you require a guide to the Arrow of Corellon.
Yes, son. We do.
You see, as he's talking, he's kind of pointedly avoiding eye contact with John.
I'm really proud of you. You're doing good stuff, son.
Is there anything else I can aid you with? Any more provisions that need to be purchased? It's going to be about
I didn't know you had a kid. He looks older than you.
No, he's how old are you now?
388. I believe.
Wow, this doesn't look
Seems
your
like
age
just
at
yesterday when you were
all.
born, son.
Yes. It's going to be about a 4-day walk
Road trip.
to get to the
Family road
the
trip.
Arrow. So if you need to resupply on any provisions, please let me know and I shall have them sent up.
Don't say are we there yet, or I will turn this carriage around.
If there's anything else you need.
Oh, so cute.
Is there anything we should know about the immediate area when we get there?
I wouldn't worry necessarily about being attacked by the residents of Galadine. However, the high grass and the marshes near the Arrow have been known to house unsavory creatures. But depending on the speed and the stealthiness in which we travel, I don't believe it should be that much of an issue.
Stealth.
Have you
My
been there
expertise.
before yourself, Whirlwind?
I've been there once.
Once.
As an I was part of Lady Kendara's guard as they went to have as it was to have court with the rest of the 8 lights of Caledon.
Okay. Okay.
Are there any provisions you think would be particularly helpful for a journey?
Outside of food, water, and weapons, I believe we should be fine.
We got
Let's go.
fishing rods and.
Could you give us weapons?
We have weapons.
War of them.
We don't need more weapons.
You carry a lot already.
You can't physically carry any more weapons.
So,
You have a backpack full of javelins and an extra hammer.
if I get more javelins, I can tie them together, and it'll be double-sided javelins. So in case if I forget which direction, like what side to throw them on, I'll
Like,
never.
I think your
You're gonna
arsenal
stab
is
yourself
adequate.
with it.
Okay. Just want to be super prepared.
Can I go check out armor then before we head out?
If you need such provisions, I can lead you toward one of the smiths, and we can find something for you.
Oh, Dammers, didn't you need to get your sword looked at or anything?
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Kindara looked at it.
I want to show my hat off to the local smiths.
I think everyone has seen you and
She's just gonna tell you to go away again.
But no one's complimented me on my hat yet.
Yo, that's a nice hat, dude.
Dude,
Thanks, bro.
it makes you look
No,
so beautiful.
I like it.
You do know, his
Conspicuous beauty.
helm has a
That's-
spear tip, seem to be welded to the front of it.
You look like
unicorn
a
horn.
magical
Never
steed,
in my
you know?
life have I been so
Yeah.
disturbed yet intrigued by someone's style.
I kind of want to like ride on your back, like as a piggyback ride, you know? But looks really good. I like it.
I blush bashfully and do a little hand wave, like, oh, stop. Please stop.
gave him exactly
You're
what
too
he
kind. I'm fully satisfied with this amount of attention.
Is there anything else I can aid you with? If not, I shall see you toward the armory.
No, just need a fist bump from my favorite song.
He kind of
When he
looks
just
around.
humor him.
He calls you son as in like
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
I will admit I have not been toward the other side, so I do not know the customs there, but I have been instructed to provide as much aid as I can for the pride of Ithariel itself.
Poor soul.
What was that, Danvers?
Nothing.
Okay, so if anyone else wants to go, you can go along with, but Rowan leads you down the spiraling stairway toward kind of the base of the tree where the forges are.
Mm-hmm.
These great iron and steel forges and elven, primarily elven women hammering away at bits of steel and metal. He kind of looks you up and down. I believe we have some high quality leather for you if you should so need. And he kind of talks to one of the smiths and the armorers, and she walks kind of away and comes back, and she has seemed like a small stack of what appeared to be like leather armor that's studded with bits of finely polished steel. Each stud is like etched. It's fairly sturdy, and it's a very thick leather, and kind of covers your upper shoulders and then your chest and around your back. Rowan kind of looks to you like, will this be satisfactory to you?
Yeah, I like it.
Kind of just talks to him about it. The woman finds one, kind of eyes you a little bit, and gives you one that fits. It's a little snug up and around here, but it's otherwise fine. But yeah, you have a new set of studded leather armor.
Cool.
Which increases your armor class to 12 plus your dexterity modifier.
12 plus my dexterity?
Yep.
So I got one more point of armor class. What, from 12 to 13?
Congratulations.
dude.
Let's go.
Hey, that one will make a difference.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm pretty sure it will.
Yeah.
The two of you head back up toward the room, and it's been about maybe a half hour or so,
Some nice family bonding time.
45 minutes. For the sake of brevity and to make things easier, it's about 10 in the morning ish.
If time existed.
Yeah, if time were a thing here.
Is it nighttime or dark time? I mean, sun time. Wow.
Is it
Can I
dark
use
or
my
dark?
sunglasses to look at
Do
the
I
sun?
see the sun?
You can see the sun itself. It just seems to be far off on the eastern horizon. And as long as you look at it, it doesn't seem to set. It just seems to be almost locked in place at this perpetual twilight.
Let's go to the sun. We should go to the sun.
No,
It's not where we're. I'm pretty sure there are many stories saying we shouldn't do that.
No, I think it'd be fun. We can just go at night. It's fine.
there is no night.
You know what I discovered?
What?
I am not fire resistant.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right.
Immune. You are resistant
You
to
are
fire.
resistant. You are not immune.
So I was a simpleton and I threw myself on a flaming ship.
Nice.
So I highly doubt
We were all
that I
there.
should
Yeah.
go to the sun.
But now we know for science.
And now Rowan knows.
Yeah, fire is bad.
Rowan just kind of looks confused.
We could have tested Rowan's fire resistant
Oh, yeah.
or immune.
I accidentally said that in front of him. My bad.
I think we're ready to go.
Very well. And so you set forth. You walk down the spiral staircase. Kendra, you do notice that there doesn't seem to be a sign of your mother around here.
Thank God.
But you walk past the tree city of Ithariel and head westward.
Hey, Rowan.
Yes,
You want to play I Spy?
I do not know this game of yours.
So you say I Spy, and you describe, give one word about what you're spying, what you're looking at, and then I have to guess what it is based on your adjective choice.
He kind of looks around for a little bit.
What?
I spy a branch.
I spy branch 2. Is this how the game works?
That's a branch.
As I say
No,
sarcastically.
you just describe like something about it. So if I say I spy something green, you'd be like, oh, that's a tree. If I say I spy something rough, it'd be a rock.
No.
I spy something.
There's a rock where? Where's the rock?
No, he
Wing?
was just saying.
It could be a bug.
What does
Something
he
like
say?
that,
He says
you know?
there's rocks
There's
above
So
the green.
I'll go first. I spy something tall.
A tree.
Yeah, your turn.
I don't understand the amusement this game provides.
It's a game for children.
Very well.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't play that when you were a kid, so yeah. Might as
You
well
missed
start
out
now,
on-
you know?
He missed out on 300 years of his life.
Yeah, and I'm
Think
trying
of
to
it
make
as
up
a
for that,
test
okay?
of
And
one's
you were-
I am trying to
observational
make up for
skills. There's the
Wow,
benefit
John, you
of
sure
that.
are a shitty father.
Hey, we had shit to do, okay? We killed the dragon.
We're walking while we're doing all this.
Yes.
Okay, cool. If there's any section that can be told in a Muppet show, it'd be this. We're all Muppets. I spy. Like, that's exactly how it looks to me.
As you continue to travel forward, it's not necessarily a difficult walk. It's just kind of a long one. You see that where you started in this tree city of Ithariel next to the base of a mountain, you kind of follow the base of the mountain around it and past it. The trees kind of subsiding downward, going from a forest to a high grassed almost plain.
The music was perfect for that, like, stare, you know, like that.
You see that this breeze, this almost warm, summery breeze, what blows through the high grass like waves. You hear this shuffling of these tall blades of grass. As you walk through it, you see it goes almost up to your like thighs and waist. Flank, it's almost like hitting your chest at this point. And about 2-3 foot high, long grass. The earth underneath it is soft and loamy as you keep walking through it, furrowing a path. You follow Rowan constantly through this. As after a certain amount of time, open quotes, hold on. Okay. As a certain amount of time progresses, you decide to, Rowan tells you to stop and you make camp by more or less pressing a crop circle in the grass as a means to lie down. The grass is surprisingly soft, so sleeping on it is quite comfortable. And you go through this for about maybe 2 or 3 more days. And as you keep walking, you do notice as you look kind of up and beyond the grass, you see sparse trees, you see hills and as you look, traveling westward, look north and back around from which you came, you see these rolling hills kind of rise into this mountain that you originally came from, and the base of which you traveled. It's a little disorienting to be traveling so long without necessarily having a sense of time progressing, as the sunlight never changes. The autumn breeze feels almost constant, unchanging. You smell fresh grass, and you can hear streams of running water sometimes as you walk past them, as you collect and recollect water in these small brooks and streams that seem to cut through the grass, kind of like a razor just cutting through and mowing down these sections of grass into stream. Let's see. Okay. You look up and you see small animals, birds, small fairy dragons in the distance, sometimes eating the birds.
Is that normal?
Seems fine.
Okay.
You wouldn't know.
Can I eat a bird?
If you want to try and catch one, sure.
Yeah, I want to capture one with my bare hands.
Why?
Good luck with that.
They're very high up in the sky.
Oh, well, can I like shoot one
Bless
down?
you.
Jumping at them.
Do you
Have
have any?
Lau cast that jump thing on you so you can just jump in the air and grab
Oh,
it.
Yes.
we're not gonna help you kill a
Can we do it?
bird.
Can we do
We
it?
just ate.
Wait, but how badass would that be, though?
We're not helping you kill a bird.
I'm not wasting.
Do the fairy dragons look friendly?
I'm not doing it.
If you can't reach them, it'll be very difficult to capture them without either a net or a bow.
Okay. No, right.
No animal abuse.
No animals were hurt in the creation of this campaign.
True.
I mean, your horses got butt fucked.
That wasn't our fault.
That's not our fault.
That wasn't our fault.
No, your players
What
didn't actively kill anything.
Only out of self-defense.
Okay. I got it. So it's coming up around, open quotes, day 3 of traveling. Is there anything specific you want to do at this time?
I didn't know it was such a long journey.
It's a long walk. Granted, it's not an arduous one. This isn't difficult terrain. This isn't hills and up and down. It's just kind of just long, straight walk.
Is there a moon in the Feywilds? I know it's not nighttime, but does a moon
If you
exist?
look opposite of where the sun is, you do see a faint outline of the moon. It seems almost kind of locked in place. It looks like, when it's kind of like 4 or 5 p.m. you see like the outline of the moon in the sky. It kind of looks like that. You do notice that the moon here seems to glow slightly blue. And it might be a trick of the light, a trick of the sky. But
So we get blue moonbeams?
I suppose so.
Dope.
Yeah, you're on day 3. If there's anything else you want to do, anything you want to look for, forage for, eat.
Can I like
Fight.
fight off pieces of grass and then make myself like a little strip?
Make a dexterity check.
I'll be Hawaiian.
Okay.
Follow your heart.
One.
You try and grab some of the grass,
Yeah.
and it is very sharp grass. So you can just cut a gash into your hand.
God, John.
So
Rowan kind of
Turn
turns to you, is
around.
like, be very careful not to actually touch the grass. And be gentle about grabbing it. It is very sharp on the
We
edges.
sharpen them every day.
Can I try to harvest the grass and put it in a burlap sack? Or
You see an elf off to the
I'm gonna
distance,
try
just
it.
like sharpening at the.
Just like one of those honing wheels that spins,
Yeah.
just sparks are coming out of the blade.
Can we use them as knives? Can we make a sword out of grass?
No, because it's still grass.
What? You can like.
Oh,
You can cut someone with paper. And
Yeah.
It's a weapon.
Okay,
I
that's
do
true.
something
What
with
was
this.
the cut like a paper cut? Or
it's like a paper cut.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought it gashed his hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's a very clean, but just like a solid drip of blood starts coming down your hand. It sucks. It's a paper cut. It sucks so bad.
Oh, especially in your hand.
Yeah.
Kind of just like cover it with something.
Yeah, you just tear off a piece of cloth and just wrap it up, and you're fine. It just kind of hurts to grip.
Yeah.
So,
That's fine.
You want a sense for the ring?
Sure.
Can I try locate object?
Sure. So let me see. You concentrate on the ring's location, and it's strange. It feels like it's within range of your ability, but it's fuzzy. It's almost like it's within range, but not easily accessible. It feels like it's kind of hovering around you, and you're not saying this in a
It's in a
specific
different
direction.
fucking plane,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
might be on the other side.
It might be.
Guess I'll die.
You're
Wait, so that way we just need to get the arrow and then we'll like go to the other side. It's cool, right? Isn't that what it does?
Why did we
It's-
come here again?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
We
whistle.
literally had a vision of somebody just
That's
destroying
right,
the
okay.
tether between the two realms.
No, I remembered that. I was like, does it have something to do with the ring? Do we think that they're like running over there or something? Okay.
We need the virtue.
I just hope my master knew what she was talking about.
We don't know if there's any correlation between the ring being gone and this.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, what?
We just originally came here for the ring because somebody took it, and we still don't know where it is.
Okay.
Okay.
We just need to find a way out
Does Feywild grass and water
after
have
we
any,
find the
like,
thing.
unusual properties?
Not necessarily. It's water. It's grass. Outside of it, the grass being particularly sharp, apparently.
Is the water
Is
carbonated?
the water sharp?
No.
It's the water.
You drink the water, and you just like burst. All your blood vessels shattered. It's liquid fiberglass just kind of flowing down. No, it's water. It's fine.
Is it more moist than usual?
No,
Is
it's
it
water.
sparkling water?
It's
No.
a really wet water.
It's really wet.
Solid water.
Is it
Holy
actually
fuck.
just vodka?
They just have streams of vodka.
Absolutely.
That's how the Fae are so chill.
Yeah.
Do I see any pretty rocks on the floor?
Make an investigation check.
Alright.
I'll just continue with my potion making because I started one.
Okay. Yeah. By this time, you've made an extra
Another.
health potion. You have 2 basic health potions.
Oh, I thought I brought my
Two?
lucky.
Wait, I
D20
made
with
2?
me.
You have one. You should have one already, and you made one.
Oh, okay.
12.
I wrote 2 here, but
You do find some nice rocks. You see that the rocks by the streams and brooks that you walk past are very well polished and seem to glisten almost. They're not.
Are they sharp?
No. Okay. Yeah, you see that the rocks by the stream are very well polished. They're not quite necessarily stone gray. They're
That's 4. And now they're gone.
Is this Olive Garden?
Wait, did we eat all of them?
I said we were gonna eat them all.
I didn't think we'd do it that fast.
that was 24 fucking red sticks
That's a new record.
between
Oh,
like
wow.
eight people. I only had one.
In like less than an hour.
They were good breadsticks.
But yeah, the rocks in the stream are very well polished. They almost seem to glisten, and are not necessarily stone gray. They are almost like jet black and seem to shimmer with bits of sediment and reflective bits of stone. It looks almost like a jewel, but it's a rock. Very shiny rock.
Can I take one of the rocks and make jewelry?
You can find one about maybe that size of like a quarter.
How many of these rocks have I procured?
You can probably grab about maybe 5,
How?
10.
Would that be too greedy?
They're about the size of your palm.
big rock.
But they vary from that size and smaller.
Ah. I'm just gonna say I picked up the 3 best looking ones.
Okay.
And I tucked them away.
Okay.
Sure no one else sees them. They're my
Nice.
rocks.
Nobody wants to.
Want to carve your name
What if I
into the
consume
rock
your
too?
rocks?
No. No, that's like carving your name in a tree. Make the tree feel bad. Don't want to make the rock feel bad.
Because it belongs to you now.
No, because it's
That's
under
slavery.
my care. It's only
Enslaving a rock.
It's only slavery until I sell it. Okay, that's slavery.
That is a little bit out there.
They did rock trafficking.
Listen.
Wait a minute.
Heavy metal road traffic.
The Under Obsidian Railroad.
Under obsidian.
As you look forward, as you're walking by this time, after about 3 days, you do see the very tip of what appears to be a large, almost obsidian spire that jut out at an angle.
Just the tip.
Please.
Just a little.
Okay.
As you continue to walk, you see that you see more and more of it. Does seem to be like this long, jagged spire. Almost looks like it was made out of petrified wood, and it turned black. But instead of it being brown, it's like black. It's sparkle like starlight. As you keep walking, as you're walking, Rowan kind of turns to you. Like should be a little less than a day's walk.
Holler. Excellent.
Rowan, is that the pointy thing we're supposed to be going towards?
He kind of looks at it. Yes, that is the arrow of Corellon.
It looks sharp. Have you touched it before?
I have not physically come into contact with it, no, but I have been within range to do so.
Are people allowed to touch it?
There's like velvet rope around it.
Do not step past
Well,
the
I mean, there's a
position.
little big of rocks around it.
Big old rocks.
It hasn't been known to do any harm to anyone
Oh,
who touches
don't.
it.
No, but I mean, like,
But you personally haven't touched it before, Rowan.
I had no reason to.
Have you
That
ever been
is-
tempted to touch it?
No.
Rogar, I think you might be projecting a little bit.
that's flank.
That's flank.
Flank. Oh my goodness.
How'd you
You're a little stoned out of your mind there, honey.
Wait,
No,
I'm Rogar?
yeah, I am. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
you are.
I'm really terribly sorry. I meant to say
Yeah,
flank.
Rogar, do some magic.
You just look so magical today. What
Can you
I
turn
say?
yourself
It's
invisible?
it's the helmet, dude.
Yeah, it's so glorious and magical. Like whenever I look at it, I shock myself.
You honestly you look so magical.
Why must you?
I've deceived all my comrades to thinking I'm a dragon. This is wondrous. Look, Rogar, we can be brothers.
Holy fuck.
Just let him have this.
I guess. Yeah, you are correct.
I can belch vomit, which is kind of like acid. So, you know, that's kind of dragony, right?
Please never do
You
that.
make a very fine dragon flank.
Nice.
Your horn will pierce the sky.
Ah! Ooh, I love that. Good reference.
I'm not thinking about making a tail. Oh god, I'm making him a furry.
Everyone thought I was a furry.
Flank was the furry all along.
It wasn't me.
You could literally turn into animals.
I know I should be worried now.
Okay. So you just keep walking?
Onward.
Nowhere else to
Yep.
go.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Let me see. I'm doing a little bit of. Okay, so you travel for another 6 hours. Time. You know,
Silence.
just however you wish to travel.
Okay.
you want to spend the entire walk screaming, you're welcome to. I don't think anyone
Please
else
don't.
I
No.
spy
I've been
something. Brown.
Dirt.
Nope.
Grass.
Nope. Grass is brown.
Some of it's brown.
Okay.
It's like tan.
No, try again.
A tree.
Yeah, your turn.
I'm practicing juggling since I ended up with those.
Make a performance check.
No.
Fail miserably. Everyone
No, it's
requires you
dexterity.
give
Make a
them money
dexterity
for
check.
wasting their time.
Performance. Sad violin. Dexterity 16.
You're getting the hang of it actually.
Yay!
By the third day, you're kind of just doing. It takes a little bit of concentration, but you're able to kind of just more confidently juggle
Oh, thank
3
goodness.
little balls in the air.
I clap for Lau.
Are you a sea lion?
What's a sea lion?
Oh, I'm sorry, a walrus. A walrus with a horn.
It's a lion of the sea.
Oh,
They're
those,
very
yes.
powerful. Very powerful creatures.
Why would they lie under the sea? I don't see the difference.
That was good.
I want to go home.
Rowan, is this one of the top 10 nature walks in the Feywild?
Of course. Are you? What kind of question is that?
Top 1?
Yes, you're correct.
This is the #1 walk in the Feywild?
No.
And we're-
Yes,
No.
yes. I don't know what he's talking about. Yes,
Is that a whale in the sky?
you are correct. Yes.
There's a whale called Gullible in the sky.
God.
Where?
Can I be one?
Was his really named Gullible? How intriguing.
Rowan kind of looks at you. He's like, "This isn't the most exciting of trails to walk, but it's the most direct route. You should consider yourself fortunate. There have been times here we have been accosted with unsavory creatures.
Like whom?
He kind of thinks for a second. Have you heard of these creatures called displacer beasts?
No, that sounds like food.
How does that sound like a food?
I don't know.
She's always hungry.
Because their
I'll have
ass
to
is grass,
displace
and I'm
your
gonna
beast.
eat it.
Medium rare. Rare.
I pray we do not find a pack of them roaming around.
They're Roman packs.
They're in.
Our luck, we
Don't.
probably will.
On occasion.
We'll find 12 of them.
If we do
Don't.
encounter a pact, what's the best way to engage them?
Displacer beasts are tricky creatures. They've embraced the Fey energies. It is difficult to actually determine where one necessarily is. It appears to be standing in 2 places at once.
So it knows where it is because it knows where it isn't?
What?
Sometimes.
It knows where it is because it
I've
knows
got
where
nothing
it
for
isn't.
that.
Wait,
Is that profound or confusing or both? I don't know.
dude, I think Descartes asked that back in the day.
Dips that quote in gold.
I know where it is, therefore I know where it isn't.
Not that fat cat.
Could you explain that a little bit more? So it can be in 2 places at once?
It appears to be so, but it is not in reality.
So it has like,
Illusion.
like
So it's a hologram.
illusions.
It projects itself.
Somewhere else.
Not far away.
What do you want to look it up?
Space.
Okay.
Think Star Wars.
Star Wars.
It only projects itself very close to itself. It looks almost like it's a blur, and it's moving very quickly left to right.
Oh,
So
oh.
it's very
okay.
fast.
I think like there's 2 of them, but one has a hat and the other doesn't, and you gotta like pick which one's the right one.
Exactly. And striking one can be difficult.
Wait, what? Okay, never mind.
You
Go
were
on.
right, Blank.
So take great care in attacking one, for it is not their bite that is their most fearsome thing, but the long tendrils that sprout from their back. For that is how they feed,
So they're trying to eat us.
as most creatures will attempt to do. Yes.
What matter of beast is it? Is it a beast or like what is it classified under?
Make a nature check.
If they
You have
can't
no
reach
idea.
a target, do they usually like disengage, or what's the? Or do
They're,
they wait for you?
they're hunters. They're prowlers. They sneak around trying to find the prey.
Okay.
So they could be around us already.
I pray they are not, but it is a possibility.
How would you know we were being followed by them?
He kind of concentrates for a second. It is difficult to hear them as they are well-known trackers and predators, but a keen ear or a keen eye might be able to spot them.
So.
Okay, well, perfect. If we
you-
have Darius's keen eye,
Me?
he only has one.
Too soon.
Ouch.
Please,
Yeah, it's real funny.
please no
Just got
dabbing.
dabbed on.
Get that dog's head.
Hilarious.
Epically dab.
Rowan, have you fought these displacer beasts yourself personally?
Yes, and while they are not impossible to defeat, it does take some time and coordination. I doubt one person can fell one by themselves.
Watch me,
And
dude.
there's so many of us.
Don't, John.
Okay.
It's gonna be a pack of 9 displacer beasts.
Can we not jinx it and just keep walking?
No, it's okay. We have moonbeams.
I'd rather not even
no
fight
worries.
one.
We need to be ready, Davros,
That's
if the
20.
occasion arises.
Now he's rolling for it. Look what you did. It's a 20 for what?
Nothing.
He's just rolling to see how much the branches are gonna sway and how nice the dirt tastes. You know,
How
there are a lot of
sharp
things
the
that
grass
DM
is
has
gonna
to
be.
do that we don't know about. But if I want to taste the dirt, he's got to roll how good it's gonna taste.
Do you want to eat the dirt?
I mean, if the
Taste the
occasion
dirt.
arises where I feel like tasting the dirt, there needs to be a response for it. What if I lick the obelisk? What if I lick
Taste the
Corellon's-
rainbow.
Don't lick the arrow.
What if I lick the arrow, huh?
Don't lick Corellon's arrow.
It does look.
Hey, wait. You're
No,
gonna
I-
lick the tip?
Take him to dinner first.
Yeah.
Okay. As you continue traveling forward, you see more and more of the spire. It's where once it seemed small and distant, it is now large, and you notice the width and shape of it. It looks like it does in fact look almost like petrified black wood, almost like charcoal that shimmers with light and glistens like starlight inside. You can, John, Kindra, Lau, Damaris, you all instantly get this increased sensation of magical energy around it. You feel it
Wow.
in your bones, especially Lau and Kindra and Damaris. You feel this intense Fey energy kind of radiating out of it.
You're not Elven.
Kind of.
No, you're not.
Shut up.
Not even
Kind.
half.
He's
Shut the fuck up.
culturally elven.
You're a white grand human, John.
I identify as Elvish. Okay.
God.
You Feyaboo.
Get the Feywild out of here.
It doesn't feel necessarily unpleasant, but it feels like a force. It feels like almost when you're at almost when you're at a concert and you're a little too close to the bass speaker and you just feel it in your chest.
That is
What?
you're feeling.
Sorry, I can't hear you. The music's too. The
I
music's
can't
too loud.
hear you. This feeling's too loud.
The sensation seems to like.
Dude, I can't see you. The music's too loud.
Why are so many planes
There's
today?
so many planes today.
Better get the flag cannons ready. Motherfuckers flying over our house. I don't know, maybe
Does it have
just-
any sort of like electrical energy around it?
I haven't tried tasting it yet.
So did we just come into the quarry?
As you walk, you're still about maybe a mile or so away, about a half mile away. As you're walking, you notice that the grass is kind of becoming a little bit more sparse in chunks. Patches are of grass, kind of. It becomes this long wave of these patches of grass surrounding what appears to be marshland. The ground becomes softer as you walk past it. Sometimes you have to watch your step as your foot maybe sinks into mud or loam. So the breeze kind of subsides a little bit, and it's only this warm breeze. It's the closest around it to feeling cold. It's this intense energy surrounding this place seems to affect the earth around it, and it makes it soft and a little difficult to walk around this kind of marshland. As you're walking, Rowan turns behind to look at all of you. Be careful where you step, for the land is going to be a bit more precarious to walk around.
Is
Do
the
we have
grass
to worry
sharp?
about like sinkholes?
Sinkholes, no, but it's unpleasant to get your foot caught in the bog.
So
I'm
it's,
just imagining the fucking fight with Rando.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
someone's gonna be tied upside down.
Okay.
Can we tell if, like, do footprints show up in this kind of...
Yeah.
Can we tell if anybody's been in the area recently?
Make a survival check. Make
Whoa.
make an investigation.
Holy
I was like, I don't want a survival check, never mind.
Make an investigation check.
Take it back.
Can I investigate? Yes, but you have to survive it first.
10.
It's a little difficult. When you do make a step, it doesn't necessarily sink and makes a definite footprint. It kind of makes an indentation, almost like when you press your finger into like Silly Putty and stuff like that.
So it kind of retains the shape, but it's really
But not quite.
Yeah.
The moisture from around the ground kind of fills up some of the spaces. So through your eyes, at least, it becomes a little bit difficult to track.
How about mine?
You can make an investigation check if you want.
Fucking survival check.
Ooh, 7.
7?
Yeah.
That's actually worse than his, so you
Yeah.
see even less.
Even less, cool.
That sure is some ground.
Yeah, that's
Solid.
nice
Solid
ground.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to make a check.
Okay.
Never. Wait.
Detective flank.
Flink gets excited about dirt.
5.
10, 7, 5. How do you think they're going to get better than what the other people have gotten?
I want to see how much less I can see.
You just scoop out a chunk of mud and look at it.
Oh, can I put that in my... Can I keep it?
You have empty bottles.
Yeah.
So yes.
If you want to stick some in some vials, I guess, sure.
I'm gonna stick some...
You have 2 vials of Fey mud.
Drink it.
You either
Just imagine
look
writing
like
a Sharpie,
a crazy
Fey mud.
oboe or like a scientist or something.
Wait, you should do the check.
3 what?
You should do the check.
For what?
For the
Dirt.
footprints.
Oh.
We've all
Split up
failed
and look
so
for
far.
some clues.
Yeah, I know, but like...
What's the additive
It's
thing?
investigation.
Oh, over 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why?
19, 20,
Why didn't you
21,
look
22,
first?
23.
23.
Okay, Dan, what's your armor again?
Oh, don't. It's 19.
It took us too long.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so as you're looking, you do see what is basically not only one set of footprints, you see about 8 sets of prints and kind of wave around. As you notice this, Kindra, John, and Lau, I need you to make dexterity saving throws.
Woo! 9.
23.
14. No, 15, sorry.
15, okay. So, Kindra, as you get up and you begin to explain to everyone that there are several sets of prints around here, you look in front of you to see Damus in front of you. Damus is looking at you. And you see this little glimmer kind of in the distance. And then zzz, an arrow hits him in the back.
Yay!
Is it like the exact same spot we got hit before?
Like Zoink Scoop.
Damus, you need to make
Yeah.
a dexterity saving throw too.
Don't I need to do the thing?
That too. But right now, dexterity saving throw.
Fucking shit.
Okay, so as the arrow hits, first off you take 11 points of piercing damage.
Damn.
And you fail that. Okay.
Wow. Get
Whoa.
down, Damaris.
11.
11?
Yikes.
No, 11 points.
11 points
Is
piercing
there
damage.
anything I can do since I got a 23?
I rolled a 4.
Can
No.
I
You're
aid
tripping.
him at all?
Not necessarily.
You
No.
get a look back.
Yeah.
Okay, as the arrow hits, you see this kind of surprise in his face, and you see the arrow start to glow from this dull orange to red to white, and you see that from the point of the arrow toward you three in particular. You see this too from behind. The arrow seems to explode in this cone of fire.
Oh.
So you went to the initiative. So you take 13 points of fire damage,
Ouch.
and you two take 6.
I also failed my wisdom save.
Yep. So instantly, as that's happening,
You die.
dexterity save
Well, yeah, I failed the
We were
dexterity
not
save.
ready for this.
and the wisdom save. Okay, so you take 13 points of fire damage as well.
We're gonna die.
Fuck!
Wait, where did the wisdom one come from?
That's from my sword.
Oh. Okay, well go after him, boy.
Ouch.
Okay, so
Kidding me, I've already-
because I forgot to grab a figure. Here's Rowan.
Son!
My son is a what?
An
The math
off-brand
problem.
person.
A pyramid without a tip.
Yeah.
Math problem.
You are the one that was warned. That was warned.
Oh,
by
make a
Klaus.
dexterity save for Zuzuro.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
I can't handle him dying again.
Oh, cool. 17.
Okay, how much health does he have?
24.
Okay, so it takes 6 points of fire damage.
Okay. I'm having him move somewhere.
I am literally at half health now, just putting that out there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to heal you. Give me a second.
Good thing I made that healing potion. I guess.
Hello, Mayo.
Maybe you should keep that shield on your back, like just don't hold
It's
it.
on my back!
Oh. Okay. Get two
It hit him in like the
It got me
upper
on the
neck.
shoulder.
I
Oh.
send Zuzu away.
Okay. Do you just send them off?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I see the fucker.
Yeah, you see. So you turn to see where this arrow came from. You see just blind rage, not blind rage, but full of rage. You look around to see what kind of fucker just hit you, and you see.
Everyone just points at it. Over there.
You see, kind of past the, kind of not quite ahead of you, but a little bit more to your left. You do see another. You see what appears to be a tall, presumably, humanoid, a tall person. Has a hood. Has this hood on with this dark, almost emerald, dark green cloak. You see that their face is covered with like a scarf or a bandana or something around from their nose down, just covering everything but their eyes. You see that they have a bow at their side, kind of just about to be drawn again.
Do we recognize this person?
Not you guys.
No, from the vision.
Oh, yes, actually. It does look like that person. You see that they appear to be staring at kind of Damaris's direction. Also, I apologize, I didn't have time to paint these.
Look at that man.
And you see
Get this man some denim.
at his side are these two large, almost feline panther-like beasts. Tendrils kind of sprouting out from their back, ending in these sharp, almost teeth coming at the end of their tendrils. You see next to him, you see another elven man. Seems to be can't hold himself up. He's
He's
fine.
had a little bit too much to drink.
His cape's a little too heavy. It's fine.
Can you do a Constitution saving throw?
See his hair is kind of like a dark, foresty green. His skin is kind of copperish brown. He's got a crossbow at his side. You see a couple knives. He's got a crossbow in his hand and a sword at his side. You see behind them a tiefling in robes, magical energy crackling around them, and next to them is what appears to be another elven man, kind of a little bit shorter than the other ones, a little black hair. He's got this all black kind of cloak and furs, got a few daggers at his side, and behind them seems to be a small dwarven woman carrying what appears to be a large backpack laden with these strange glass jars and
Is she cute?
bottles.
Is she cute though?
Careful with that one, Flank.
What is this, Bizarro Us? Like the actual Bizarro Us?
We're fighting ourselves.
Okay.
Or shadow
I
selves.
need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh
Yes,
shit.
I'll die.
Alright.
Fuck.
Woo!
7.
6.
6.
20!
No, that's a 1.
That's a 1.
That's a 0.
Cool, that's a 0.
I thought you rolled. What did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
Oh,
And I have negative.
6.
So we're fighting like 2 doggies, a dwarf, and statues.
Okay.
I missed
But
I missed Tarlo.
would aren't these like beasts though? Like,
Yeah.
would people be able to tame them?
It appears so.
Here's so.
Let's think about that later.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's like they're fey creatures, right? It would be the first time we've seen projections of like other things. Like we saw a dragon being projected. It doesn't mean that those humans are real.
Curious.
Moonbeam. That's what I say.
Alright, Kendra, it's your turn.
Okay.
We don't
So
have a better figure
what would a
for Roman.
20-foot radius be? Like,
A 20-foot radius?
yeah.
Your radius is enormous.
Oh, okay.
So, center point, it's 40 feet across.
Okay, so basically I just want to put spike growth around the entrance of it.
Keep them away from the big
Yeah.
black rock.
That's a good idea.
Okay, so you take out and you call upon the energies to kind of make this tangle of thorny vines kind of arise from the ground and wrap around.
Motherfucking plane.
Is there just a lost plane? And
I'll
it's
try to
just-
find it.
Circling. Where's LAX?
Hello?
the spikes erupt. These spiny vines and roots kind of explode from the ground and create a terrain of spikes. So that's your turn.
Oh,
Don't
God.
I get a bonus attack?
No, actually, that's your extra attack, and that only works if you use an attack action.
Oh, okay.
You only get spell. Okay, so
Can I negotiate with the other party?
Excuse me?
They
You guys
just
can
shot
try
Amherst
talking
in
to
the
them.
back.
You haven't talked to them at all. You just immediately attacked back.
Say hello, sir. Excuse me. Where do we come from?
I
Shooting
didn't
arrows
attack
at
them,
people.
I blocked them.
Yeah.
okay, so it takes
Can you
7
speak
points
in
of
plans and have the
piercing
grass just be
damage.
extra sharp for us, please, friend?
The grass
Right.
isn't over here anymore. We're in the bog.
Oh, can I talk to the,
Oh, 1,
to the algae?
two.
I don't know.
3, 4, 5, 6. And then alright, so the masked individual takes his bow and he draws it and he'll fire at you again, Damaris.
Okay, they don't like us.
Let's see, 21.
To hit?
Yep.
Okay, it hits.
Oh, good. You only take 7 piercing damage.
Ouch!
I'm dying.
What? How much health are you at?
3. I don't know.
I'm at 16.
Okay.
It's a lot better than I thought.
I started with 46.
That's how it is on this bitch of an earth.
You
Thanks,
see,
Mukul.
you see as he finishes firing the arrow, he sees where it hits, And you see him kind of turn to everyone else. And you see him you see the master kind of put his fingers up to his temples, kind of looks at some of the other groups, and they nod
Using mind control.
and gestures his head toward you guys. And the rest of the group kind of focuses all their attention on the rest of you.
Party time.
We are all gonna die. We have to protect Rowan. He's too good
So
for
just
this.
curious, what do you guys
Listen.
want?
Okay. So next up is the tiefling. You see that in his hand is this large grimoire, this tome, old-looking thing of magic. Kind of holds it out, and as he moves, that way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You can put that much.
Okay. No. You see him reading from the tome as he puts his hand on top of the tome. He pulls out this strange, almost red energy. You see that he hurls this bolt of energy at you, Rogar. And that's 22 to hit.
Ah.
Okay, so that's... you take 13 points of force damage.
Can I absorb that?
Yeah. You still take the hit, but
Sure.
you can absorb the energy into creating charges.
Okay, Zarya, go.
How many charges can I get from that?
It should say how many you... Okay, now it is his turn. Okay, so you see the other element that kind of runs toward the side of, kind of in front of the tiefling man. And you see him take a very familiar pose.
Is he stricken?
Is he on all fours?
No, not
Oh.
quite.
Oh. No, not me.
Okay. You see that the elven man kind of extends his hand out, kind of like this, in your direction. And you see that from a single point, right where Lao is, that this singular beam of blue light columns down onto you.
They were supposed to bring balance to the force, not destroy it.
That was a moonbeam.
I've only seen a power like this once.
It didn't scare me enough.
It scares me now.
It scares me now.
Okay, so it hits that little pink square.
How big is the
What the fuck, bitch?
How big is the square again?
No, I'm
Is it 4 by?
It's 5 foot radius.
Oh wait, no, I'm not in the way. What the hell? Where am I?
You're
Okay.
outside.
Oh, okay.
Same
I'm
here.
blind.
Rogar, it's your turn.
If the person casting Moonbeam dies, the Moonbeam is over too, right?
Yes.
Cool. Maybe not carefully tread outside the Moonbeam.
You're like, you guys are fine.
Lightning bolt right there.
Straight line. So that's 1, 2. That's got to make dexterity saves.
Get him, Rogar. Let's go, champ.
So the one in front got an 17. And then the one behind, the one who threw the fucking red bolt at you, rolled a 1, 2. So I assume the one in front is going to take half damage, one behind is going to take full damage.
Okay.
I believe, Bobby. I believe.
Wow. I'm gonna sorcery point these 3.
Okay.
That's better.
Yeah.
So 12, 18, 28, 33, 36, 37. And then I will use my charge.
That's
Okay.
what you're thinking.
On which one? I think charge is a single target.
The one that's taking half damage.
Okay.
5.
Okay, so it was what, 33?
So 37 on the one that's taking full damage,
Okay.
and then 26 on the on the one taking half damage.
26 total, okay. Okay, so with a thunderous clap, with the energy radiating from your new cloak, lightning erupts from your hands and more or less blows them away. You see the one in the back just blown completely like 40 feet away and is down, seemingly unconscious. This one just barely standing, kind of holding his hands out just barely to keep the moonbeam
Sorry,
going.
21, not
21.
26.
It still doesn't look good.
Feels good, man. Let him know, dude.
So this guy's gone.
He's kind of on the wayside.
He's unconscious.
He passed out.
So he's
No weenie.
Alright. Flank.
I.
You're starting your turn in the moonbeam, so you take 16 points of radiant damage.
No, jump change. I mean, shit.
Or make a dexterity save.
Me?
Yeah.
My favorite kind of save. 2.
Yeah, you take 16 points of radiant damage.
Thank God.
That's how it be on this bitch of an earth. I'm sorry, my good friend.
Hey Ronan, by unsavory creatures, do you mean other elves?
Ron kind of looks. I didn't quite expect this. No.
Okay. Sorry, his model.
Okay, throw a javelin at this dude.
Okay.
I don't like him.
Okay.
Alright.
No, Alright.
So is that one dead or?
He's unconscious.
He just got pushed back.
Oh.
Oh god, I forgot how my javelins work.
What was his
Ranged
name?
attack.
Yeah, it's a ranged attack.
That can actually push them back.
Apparently, if you knock them fucking unconscious into a ragdoll.
Oh, you can do that. That's okay.
Seven.
Does not land.
That's fine.
He's able to dodge it.
Spooked them.
Calista. Yes.
I get 2 attacks, don't I?
Don't have extra attack.
Yeah. Yes.
I could
Sure.
throw a javelin if I wanted.
I suppose so. Sure.
Throw another one.
Okay.
I got plenty of javelins.
Well, I can't really get close to them without exposing
know what?
myself.
Don't worry about it.
So
Okay.
I'm probably
3.
just gonna stay guard because what the hell am I supposed to do against that?
You
Fuck.
You could go up
You
next.
gonna move any closer?
You can go up next to Flame.
That's true. Yeah, sure. Why
You
not?
can hide behind me.
Yeah. And I'll guard.
Okay. Ugh. Alright. Okie dokie.
Be unfortunate.
Fine. You see the elven man with a crossbow. He kind of looks and sees his fallen tiefling brethren.
Holy shit.
Runs up to him and kind of pours what appears to be a healing potion.
Oh, it's Pokemon. You get them to the red.
Oh,
and then the
damn
gym
it,
leader
I could've-
revives them,
fuck.
and you get them to the red, and the gym leader uses it. That's it.
Damn it!
Please.
14.
This is all within like 2 seconds.
Heals 19 health. Gets back up. And he's just not standing still. That's fine.
Alive, just a little drunk.
Okay.
He has equilibrium problems. Leave him alone.
Equilibrium problem.
Let's see. You see the little dwarven woman run up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And not do a whole lot right now.
We're still in range.
Okay. Fine.
He's doing windmill.
Let's see.
Oh, that works. Yeah. There we
It's
go.
fine. He's just big now.
He's floating.
He likes to be tall.
Okay, so it's Rowan's turn. Rowan reaches back and pulls out these two long, shining, silvery metal scimitars. And he kind of just runs up next to Flank. And he keeps guard at his side.
Okay.
Okay, so
How cute is he?
Rowan?
Yeah.
He looks nice. He's got kind of like angular features.
Very
That's my
angular.
son.
Kind of a sharper,
Did you just call my
Of course
son?
he's
sharper
Kendra?
jawline.
We could pat Rowan on the butt
Do
and
you-
say we're gonna kill
Do you
these.
not see the resemblance?
We're gonna
It's
kill
like-
these dirty.
It's like 200 years older than me. Oh my.
Okay, so these are gonna run 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's gonna take 2d4 piercing damage that ram through the spikes. So that's 4 piercing damage.
Oh, 4-fold damage.
Listen, it's better than nothing.
Can I still talk mine in my rage thing?
Yes, legit. Like you're not like a mindless like silent. You're just really pissed off.
Okay.
You're cognizant of what you're doing, but what you want to do is fucking kill someone. Lau, make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Okay.
You've done Moonbeam enough. You should know how it works.
20.
Okay, so you take 3 points of radiant damage,
Oh, because I didn't do it before, right?
Yep.
Okay, because I was like, I didn't move yet.
and it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Well, do I still take damage even though I?
No, it's only when you start your turn in one.
Oh, okay. But if I move, I take damage again.
No.
Oh. Okay. Can
You
I?
don't take damage leaving it.
Can I? Can I step
Yeah, you can move.
back? Like I don't know. Like if we're
Yeah.
only on the green. Okay, I'll step.
Yeah,
Actually-
move wherever you want.
I'll step towards the left, out of the moonbeam, like just out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I will try. Can I do this? What's 120 feet?
60 squares.
Okay, I'm fine then. Call lightning.
Call lightning. Okay.
Storm cloud appears, and I don't think it's a stormy weather right now, but nonetheless, a storm cloud appears. In the shape of a cylinder, basically, it's a lightning moonbeam. 10
Yeah.
feet tall with a 60-foot radius centered on a point that I can see 100 feet.
60-foot radius.
Yeah, the spell.
120 feet.
It's a storm.
Yeah, you make a storm.
When cast a spell, choose a point you can see within range. A bolt of lightning flashes down. Each creature 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw. They take 3d10 damage on a failed save or half, so it's like similar. On each of your turn the spell ends, you can use your action to call down lightning on this way again, targeting the same point. So yeah, it's like a lightning moonbeam,
Okay.
but with an extra d10. So yeah, I'll do it. Concentrating on the back line people, like how,
These two?
yeah, and yeah, however far
So,
you're able, starting
1, 2,
from
3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 25, 50, 55, 60, 67, 68, 85, 90,
I can cover the map,
Yeah,
but
you-
I'm not going to do that.
I mean, it's not really. It's just like, so as you call it, the sky around all of you just immediately darkens, almost into the night, as this dark, whirling storm cloud just thunders out from seemingly nowhere. You see crackles of bright light flashing in the cloud itself. So you point out, you're calling down lightning right there, right? In the back?
Yeah, mostly on the back line.
Okay. 2 dexterity saving throws. That's a natural. That's a natural 20. That's a
So they take half. On a
15.
successful.
Yeah. So you do a 3d10 and take half.
I actually have 3 of them, right? Yes. 2, 12. 12
Damn.
plus 9 and half of that.
12 plus 9, so 21 half, so 10.
Who's that?
Oh, you know.
No, I meant like who got hit.
I
Who was doing that save?
The 2 in the back.
Oh, okay, for both of them.
Yeah, because it hits a 5-foot radius, so it hits a 3x3 square.
Oh no, I mean like that saving throw was for both of them.
Yeah, I rolled 2 saving throws.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the first time the rest of you have seen this. Lau pointing his staff into the air, calling an enormous whirling storm cloud that seems to cover everything, and throw down his staff, pointing at the 2 in the back, and a huge lightning bolt crackles out and hits the 2 in the back.
You ever think about how terrifying some of us are?
Do they just like
Oh my god, they
delayed
flinch.
ejected out of another direction?
Maybe like the Street Fighter thing with the character.
Alright, damn it, it's your turn. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Can someone heal him?
Someone please. 15.
Okay, so you take 2 points of radiant damage. Oh no, sorry, John. Before you go, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. Okay.
Do I
Right
still
here.
take that, or...?
Yes.
Right here.
Just for the sake of brevity, you'll see you take that. Okay.
I guess we'll have the backline distracted by
Hold on.
that.
Let me get a different marker for this.
Green Moonbeam.
Green beam.
If anybody would
Yeah,
like
green
to
beams.
heal me, that'd be
Yeah, I'm gonna go heal you right now. And as my bonus action, I do healing word,
I got it.
but I do it at a second level, so I do 2 d4s.
Healing word. Okay. Second level.
So 4 plus 7 and 6, so 13.
Sweet.
Hold on. Healing word.
Healing word is 1d4
Yes.
plus
Okay.
charisma.
So 7 plus
Plus 6.
6.
Yeah,
So
because
13.
I got a 4 and I got a 3. So
Okay. All right. So you see. So kind of looking at Lau and Damaris, you kind of wink and
Can
then
I, like-
you hold your hands out in the same way, and then
Oh
this
my
column
God.
of blue white light just erupts downward on these two.
yeah, boy.
Okay. Now Damaris, it's your turn.
Just quick question. While I have called lightning out, could I also cast Moonbeam and keep them both active?
No, because they both require concentration.
Wait, it's
Okay.
called healing word. Can I choose what the word is?
Yeah, sure. And you're suddenly healed.
Oh,
Now speak.
So this is all over here, right?
Yeah.
God.
All this area is open.
I'm
You-
going that way.
Why don't we just move
You
it
can
up so
cut through it in a straight line.
I can
It's
just
a-
go past that.
It's a hill. Yeah, you see that this arrow, this spire of Corellon is kind of at the top of a low rising hill.
Oh,
The central point where the spear hits the ground is surrounded by rocks, and kind of covers this dirt laden path that you can walk up and down.
So, since I can't do any other actions, I'm just gonna go there and then address
Okay.
that fucking bastard over there.
Those fucking bastards.
which one?
The Black Archer.
Yep, that one. See,
The, just, like seething with rage. Just, what are you doing here?
you see.
It's an honest
He kind of looks and he pulls down his bandana, and you notice that the two share that Damaris and this person kind of share similar-ish resemblances. You see that this one's a little bit older, yeah, a little bit older looking. You see that he's got that as he pulls down the scarf past neck, you see that he's got like this scar kind of around the side of his neck, and you see just this full wide eye, just seething anger, pointing at Damaris. He doesn't say anything; he just looks. And Damaris, you notice that around his neck, kind of on top of everything else that wears his like black cloak, his red bandana, and all that. You see that there's a small pendant almost around his neck, a little seems to be a orangish yellow gem, kind of hanging around his neck.
Do I recognize that?
Make a investigation check.
If we kill them, we get their stuff.
18.
You don't quite recognize it as something that you have. It's not the ring, but it doesn't seem. It seems strange. It seems to be radiating some kind of counter this energy that kind of doesn't quite match the energy of the arrow, but it is resonating its own energy.
I know you were looking for me, but attacking my friends isn't going to help in what you want.
You see that his eyes are not quite their normal color. They're almost like a similar color to the gems, kind of like goldish amber. And you see that he just looks up at the arrow, and you see his eyes kind of focusing in that general direction.
Alright.
It is at this point you feel this pulsing energy from the arrow of Corellon. That the magical fey energy of the arrow has its own turn.
Nice.
Okay. You see that the earth kind of around a specific area seems to darken, and you see water and moisture kind of bubbling up from it, almost like it's going from solid ground to like deep mud and sludge. And I guess I need another marker. I got a blue one. You see that.
There's so much going on in that one section.
Yep. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This, just this. Okay, so this area just turns into this like almost this waving pool of like mud and sludge.
So now it's mud and spikes.
No, the spikes in that area have sunk in,
Oh.
seemingly consumed by this roiling mud.
Royal.
Kindra, it's your turn. Make a Constitution saving throw.
And then maybe get out of the moonbeam.
John's not in it, right?
No, I'm not.
Natural 20, baby!
Okay, so you take 4 points of radiant damage
Wow.
Could have worse.
instead of 8,
How the fuck are you getting so many 20s this session?
when they don't really matter.
Yeah. The most useless 20s.
She's just getting good. Maybe you
How
should try
many?
it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Fucking roasted, dude.
It's okay.
Kendara's possibly bobsled through the sludge to get to it.
Yeah, you can use your shield like Breath of the Wild.
Moving the
It's not
fuck
cool.
out of
That
that.
means.
Okay.
You can use it as a paraglider.
Wait. Is that just keeping it up?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not it. That's
Okay.
the crutch. Because I might have broke it earlier.
And,
Might want to worry about those dyslexic beasts.
Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
I kill him.
We're fine.
Lord.
They're
Flank's
gonna
got
eat
it.
Rowan.
John's like, shit, and he runs up to it.
Can I run like this? Like,
how are they looking?
like
This
start
place
beating
is-
them up.
They've been completely untouched so far.
Okay, I'm gonna hit Hunter's Mark this one.
Okay.
Let the melee people, handle them. Love how the gesture for Moonbeam is like a joystick.
you know what it's almost like? Spirit gun.
Yeah,
it's like this.
but you're like,
Yeah.
You just summon like this column.
it's like a UFO machine.
Of course.
Yeah, could I just be like, good job, guys?
15?
That actually hits.
Okay. And it's this one.
Hit him with it. Give him the 1, 2.
Shid.
6.
6.
1,000?
$1,000,000%.
10.
6 plus 10? Or 6 plus 4? 10.
It's 6 plus 4. 10.
Okay. Okay.
And then my extra hit.
Extra attack.
Yeah. 12.
That one does not hit. Perhaps stunned that you have been on the front end of a moonbeam you've seen so often has dazed your aim.
Was Batman got a 20?
Okay. So what's gonna do? Is that an action? That's an action. Okay. So this one here, he's gonna take his gun, put it back up over his face. He's gonna touch himself on the chest. You see him, seems like he's casting magic on himself, and he just straight up leaps completely over
Son of a bitch.
the sludge and lands onto the arrow. Please stay
well,
on it. Nope.
There's 2.
Hold on. Get me. That works. No, this is fine.
It's like line tape along with it.
He touched the tip. He touched the tip.
Ooh, penis.
Arrow.
Ha ha ha.
Was he in the call lightning?
No.
Okay.
That the bolts themselves only land within like 5 feet of a 5 foot radius of a single spot.
Okay, so where exactly would it be? I don't see the mark, so.
No, It's this.
Oh,
The
okay.
range is this.
Oh.
But a single bolt of lightning that you can call every turn only hits in this much space.
Ah, okay.
And it hit the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's, okay, so when it's their turn, they probably might have to roll.
No.
Huh?
On your turn, you can cast a single bolt of lightning
Oh, I
in a
can-
space
oh, okay.
within the entire range of the class.
Yeah, because
Oh,
you,
okay.
you summon the storm that covers that entire area. And then on your
Okay.
turn, you can pick where the lightning strikes.
Okay.
You should make a strike on the person that's on there.
He's a conductor,
I mean, yeah.
I guess.
You,
We'll just say it's up around here.
you want to hit the arrow?
I mean,
The
I
thing
might,
we came here not to destroy?
I might like disrupt space and time if I do that, so maybe not.
Okay, then I guess Kindra has to kill him then. You have to hit him with arrows. 'Cause
Just
he's
don't
on.
hit-
He's
Just don't
on
hit the
it.
arrow with your arrow.
Okay, so this one
You
is
want to
gonna
ever
run.
try talking to someone before you kill them?
Tiefling's gonna run
Hey,
out.
I
What's happening to
yelled.
us, dude?
I yelled.
No,
What
he's
are you
gonna run
guys
out
doing?
back
and
over
no
here.
one said anything.
He's gonna chug a healing potion of his own. That
Stop it,
gains a
they're
grand
cheating.
total of 8 points. And then he's gonna reach into his tome again, and then right back at you, Rogar.
Magic battle.
That is a 20, not natural.
Okay. That is.
You're like, oh, ow.
Oh, luckily the damage roll is shit. 6 points of force damage.
Don't sound so disappointed.
Is that also a cantrip?
Yes.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
Good job, man.
Did you just?
No, I was like, what is this?
It's the height thing.
Okay, so Luke has to make a dexterity saving throw against your moonbeam. So what's your spell save DC?
My spell save. Wait, where do I see it? Is it wisdom?
Nope.
No, your
Nope.
spell save is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus
8.
It's on your
plus-
net.
your charisma.
So 11. So 14.
Makes the save, so only takes half damage. Roll 2d10.
2d10.
Nope.
No.
Yes.
4
Okay.
and 4.
So it takes 4 damage.
Does my charisma modifier do anything to it?
Okay, so he's gonna start his turn. He's gonna chug a health potion
They're all cheating.
to gain 7 health.
We do it.
Why don't we have
They're
that many
still
health
cheating.
potions?
And then he's
Not
going
cheating, it's common
to
sense.
run out.
I made some.
So you run out over here, right by the thorns. And then he's gonna move the moonbeam to
Please don't, not on me, not on Rowan, not on me, not on Rowan, please don't.
right here.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You son of a bitch.
Okay.
Does that mean that one's canceled?
Yep.
Okay.
Rogar, it's your turn. Are you pissed off now? You're gonna target that one fucker who keeps hitting you.
I don't want to.
Magic missile.
Donk.
Let's knock him off.
Do not hit the arrow.
Magic missile can't miss.
What has the barbarian done?
What barbarian?
The
little
female
The
barbarian.
dwarf?
Yeah.
No, she's not a barbarian.
Oh, sorry, the dwarf.
So far, nothing.
Ooh, fighting words.
Racist.
Fighting words.
So far, nothing.
Oh, we all
Hey, she went to school just like you did.
One turn around.
Hasn't done anything.
Later.
Is it? Okay, I'm just gonna go
Towards the space of beasts.
here. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a smart decision.
Well, I want to lightning bolt 2 people, but
Okay. You can do that from the other side of the moonbeam and away from.
it's gonna hit Rowan, isn't it?
Yes,
Oh my
that is
God.
true.
One
So that is a difficult choice you've decided to make.
I'll protect you, Rogar.
Cecil.
How much health do you
My
have?
friend saw the
Right now,
poster
24.
Okay.
that leaked me, and she was like, Why is the dragon so hot?
You can tell exactly how much time was put into each one, and who beats
Rogar's
maybe
hot.
this.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Alright, so that's lightning beam number 2.
Yep.
I'll read the cards.
Sorcery points these ones. That was like the exact same thing.
Okay,
Nothing
so
changed.
10 and so they both rolled a 10. So plus 2, so 12. Both rolled 12 saving throw.
Okay, mine is 14.
Okay, so they take full damage.
Okay, so 11, 15, so 22, 25, 28.
28. 22.
And then I'll expend another charge
On which one?
on the monster.
Okay,
2.
so 30.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, they take a bunch of hits, but they seem to be still standing.
Even the
Dwarves are made of sturdy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Flank, make a Constitution saving throw.
I don't wanna.
All right, take full damage then.
No.
Then perish.
I just turn big and just kick him over the hill or something.
Want to throw the displacer dogs against the arrow.
Ooh.
Do you want us to make dabbing sponge
12.
Fuck me.
Hard I worked on that.
Just barely, so you take half damage. You take 4 radiant damage.
Does Ronan dice? Does he fight?
He's got his sword out.
Oh, okay.
And I'm guessing it's my turn.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm still looking good. Stupid moonbeam. Garbage. Garbage moonbeam.
Sucks to be on the other end of it, doesn't it?
Can I...
Jump on Ronan? Oh.
1, 2, 3. Wedge myself right here in front of Rogar.
Okay.
You're like, excuse me, pardon me.
That's
Step back.
that's a
Thank
good
you,
spot to be, yeah. I go into my rage,
Okay.
and I go into my frenzy.
What?
Can you just imagine like Flank like jumping in front of her and just like no.
Nice.
You just see the
They fire 10 bolts
Haram.
at Rogar, but then like only manages to take 1.
That's
So that
disgusting.
is-
Good job.
Like,
3
this is
attacks, right?
Which one are you hitting?
This one. Well, wait.
That's the one that's taking the most damage so far.
This one.
Yes.
kill it.
Okay, yeah. I'll focus
Kill
on
it
this
if
one.
you have to.
Let the past die.
Let the beast die.
Call it the past.
Hug it if you have to. That's math. 14 plus 9. That's 23.
Okay, that hits.
It's like Rogar whispers to Flame.
To me,
That is 16.
Okay, that hits. Oh, you're frenzying it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
And 21.
Okay, so all 3 hit.
Okay.
So that thing's probably gonna die.
Probably just kick it then. Just
Damage done.
nudge it a little.
Well, I don't know. You might roll for shit damage.
Kick it in the balls.
this is a Zenyatta kick.
So
Yeah.
9 plus
And I feel so
8,
good.
so
It's
that's
like the most
8?
disrespectful way to kill
9
someone.
plus 8.
With the flip, right?
Yeah, 8. Weapon die damage plus strength modifier plus magic weapon plus rage. So
Okay, yeah, plus 8.
8. 17.
Okay.
Does that sound right? Yeah, that's right. 9 plus 8. And that's 9. And 10. Wait. Yeah, 10.
So 17, 9, and 10.
Yes.
So 17, 9, and 10, that's 36. It's still standing. It's missing a tentacle, but it's still standing.
Oh, darn it.
Cut off its penis.
Callista, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
negative constitution?
I don't know. So 3.
Okay, so you take 12 points of radiant damage.
Oh.
God
Okay.
damn.
Sometimes it's how it be.
Yeah.
Life do be like that sometimes.
It's 15.
Okay. So it's your turn.
Okay, I'm next to Rogar still, right?
You're kind of behind him.
You gotta get out of that moonbeam.
Yeah, okay. Which one's
Shank
about
the
to die?
explosives.
The one on the right.
This one?
No, that one.
That one?
Yes.
That one.
Okay, so it's here. 1,
You can go through Alex.
2, 3, 4. Well, can I like give him a good slap with my 2 daggers?
Yeah, sure. And you got the sneak attack bonus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh shit. Okay. Ooh, baby. That's 19 plus dexterity. It's gonna be 22.
Okay, so that hits.
That's 20. Wow.
Okay, so both hit.
Plus 3. Okay.
So do your sneak attack damage first.
Okay. I'll do the 19 first. Okay.
Okay. So whatever your sneak attack damage is, which I think at this point is a lot.
Yeah, it's like a d6, I think.
It should be several d6 at this point.
Yeah, 4d6. Is it? Yeah. Okay. So that doesn't count my what's it called? The crit, right?
No, no.
Oh, this is
This is your regular sneak attack damage. So it should be 4 plus whatever the hell else you're hitting. Oh no, you have a short sword. Yeah.
10, 13.
Okay, so it's dead.
Okay.
You just take your
well,
sword just right up under its chin into its head.
I guess my
Dead.
journey didn't matter. Fuck!
It's super dead.
I'm so sad.
Made a nice hat out of it this time.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, Ronan's in the moonbeam still. Okay.
What you forget?
Rowan's
No, I
doing
think
great.
I gotta
so
remember for later.
It's a good
Someone help Rowan.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Alone in the moonbeam.
this one's gonna run up over here, next to the moonbeam. Pull out a crossbow and hit you, Callista.
Oh my god, fuck off, I'm about to die!
We need like
My
a
armor
Lucio.
class is 16.
Look at this dude.
Oh, you're actually good.
That'd be great.
You dodged the crossbow's hit. Shoots right past you.
Wow.
Grabs the arrow.
Eats it.
Alright, Constitution save. Makes a save, roll 2d10. Moonbeam damage.
Is that
That's a 10.
it's a 10? Okay, so 10 and 8.
So it takes 9 damage.
Can I move it?
On your turn.
Okay.
She's gonna move kind of behind here. And you see her reach into her bag and she grabs this this kind of almost softball sized glass wide round spherical bottle. It's filled with appears to be like reddish silvery liquid that she just roil and shine as she takes it and just throws it right at you, Flank.
Please don't be acid. Please don't be acid.
Can you open up your jug of whatever to collect it?
I have an empty
Yeah, can
bottle.
you just can you catch it?
Oh. I'm gonna pull out my Elven bowl.
That's 18 to hit.
Like Mr. Game & Watch, you know?
Okay. Does that hit?
You die instantly.
I want to say no, but no, it does hit.
Okay. Callista and Rogar, I need to make dexterity saving throws.
Splashed. This is the splash zone.
Oh wait, no.
Soak zone.
So wait. Splash piece gets splashed on
Wow,
too.
that's
doesn't it?
actually 15.
Okay. 15?
15, yeah.
Okay, so you both take half damage. So, let's see. Flank.
How about the displacer piece? He's like right
How
there.
much is that? Wait, I'm not in the thing though.
No, this is whatever the dwarven lady threw at flank. Shatters onto like your chest and just erupts into flame.
Are they on fire?
Coming into contact with you and Callista and Rogar.
Just run over and give her a hug.
What'd you?
Just kiss her very passionately.
Okay, so flank,
So
you
much
take
wrong.
13 points of fire damage, and then Callista and Rogar, you take 6 points of fire damage.
Aren't they a little fire resistant?
You're both fire resistant, so you take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Because you get double resist, because resistance does stack.
That's funny as fuck.
So you said 13?
Yes, 13 points of fire damage.
Is that a status effect to be on fire, or is this just like a sudden explosion of fire?
It's a sudden explosion of fire.
I need a... Oh god, I'm gonna loot the shit out of her body.
What does this do?
He's like, I don't know what that was, but I want it.
Still good.
Alright, Rowan's gotta make a save.
Please, Rowan,
Makes
get
a
out of
save. Takes half.
John, help your son.
6 points of 6 points.
How low is he on health?
He's at 20 health, he's fine. He's gonna run up to the other displaced beast, take out both, has scimitars in hand, just go for 2 attacks.
Oh shit.
Wait, is my beard like old god?
It's singeing.
No.
It's singeing pretty good.
Put it out, dude.
Okay, so 12 plus.
Smells
So
bad.
16 and 16, both hits. Both hits are 2d6 plus 2, 2d6 plus 4. 4 plus 4 is 8 points of slashing damage. Oh no, he's also going to cast Hunter's Mark on it. So.
Go, Roman Ranger.
Yeah, she is a ranger.
Yeah, exactly.
John, it's your turn.
I would like to move my moonbeam
Okay.
over here.
Over that area? Okay.
Yeah.
Green marker.
Give the backline hell.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to like distract him, honestly.
Okay.
And then could I also do healing word again?
Okay.
Could I do that at a second level? And heal. Wait, who's low right now?
I have
Hold on.
You're very low, right?
Yeah,
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm okay.
How are you?
Sort of, mostly.
Oh, I'm at 31.
I'm at half.
You're at half.
Your 6th level
I'm at
healing
20.
word at 2nd level,
Yeah. I've done it once at second level already. I could do
and
it
you
twice,
cast
right?
Moonbeam once.
Yeah.
So you have 1 more 2nd level spell slot.
Okay, so this is my last like powerful heal.
Yeah.
Who
You can cast it at 3rd level.
At a 3rd level?
You can cast it as high level as you want. You just keep healing additional d4s for every
Right.
level.
But can I do, how many 3rd levels can I do?
3?
3?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do a 3rd level then. Who needs a lot of healing?
What do you have right now?
Who do you got?
12.
Give it her.
Out of? 27.
27.
I don't know if it makes sense for me to use a 3rd level with you. You're at half?
Yeah.
How much out of how much?
I'm at 27 out of 46.
I'll heal you then.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3d4 plus 2.
So 7, 4, so 11.
You actually only add you only add your charisma modifier once.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
so 7 plus 2, so 9 plus 4.
13 out.
So 13.
I'm up to 40.
Yay.
Move the moonbeam.
Thank you, John.
Keep it going. Alright. My boy the Displaced Beast gonna do a multi-attack on the Rowan.
No! Why
Need help.
eat me, displacer beast? I'm small and tasty. Like a sausage roll.
We get more of an
Two
egg
bird.
roll.
He's like, oh,
What are
this
those
thing
hot
smells
dog
awful.
beds called?
Okay, so those both hit.
Hey, you had a bath today.
14.
Yeah, you did.
That's true.
Pigs in a
Okay,
blanket.
so he's gonna take 14 points of piercing damage from the tentacles. He's at 4 health.
Wait, who's that for?
Rowan.
Oh shit! I should have healed him.
Okay,
Why didn't you
and
tell me?
Lau, it's your turn.
You just said he was at 20 and you were like, oh, he's okay.
How is everybody looking? Not on their side. Like, the
I'm at
dog I know died,
37.
but, like,
He just
One
No.
displacer piece is up.
yeah. Who's, like, taking a lot of hits.
So far, this little group here is taking a lot of shit.
Oh, okay.
Damn, can you heal Ron, please?
Let's.
I can't.
You can't.
I can't do anything
Why?
because I can only attack who hit me.
Oh, when
If
you told
I-
me, dude, I've.
If I do call lightning, could I
Bruh.
do a healing?
If you have healing word, because it's a bonus
Swear to
action.
God.
Oh, I do have healing word. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only healing spell I have.
What if he
So
dies?
I'll
Oh
heal
god.
Who you?
Oh, Ronan?
Yeah, Ronan? Okay.
Does he need it? Yeah.
Yeah, so 1d4 plus your
Thank
wisdom
you.
modifier.
My wisdom is
Actual
2.
ankle.
So, yeah. 3.
3 whole health, okay.
That's something.
Can you do it at a second level or no?
Could I?
You can do it as,
Oh,
yeah,
could I?
for each. So it's a first level spell, but if you cast it at the second level spell or higher,
You get another
you get an additional d4 for each
level.
spell level slot you use.
Oh, okay. So far I've only done the Call Lightning one, and I think that's a level.
That's a third level spell.
Okay.
So you should have, I think, one more third level spell? 2.
How do I keep track of that sort of thing?
You,
Uh,
yeah, you see in this little slot right here, you just write down how many spells.
Yeah, see how it says spell.
Does movement cost an extra slot every time you move it, or is it just one?
What should I do?
No, it's just an
You
action.
have
No,
how many
you maintain concentration and you move it.
Oh.
And then as you use one.
But if we were to
usually
like
go
cancel it and then come back,
Oh, okay. Well,
That
I
would
did
count
one
as
right
another
here.
spell.
Yeah, and
So
you
I
have,
can do.
you have a maximum of 3 third
first
level spells.
spell.
I think that says it somewhere on my character thing.
Just write it down right now since you're already there.
But what is it?
3 third level spells,
3 third level spells.
3 second level spells,
3
and
second.
4 first level spells.
4.
So that's how many you can cast in a day.
Yeah, so whenever you want, I can tell you.
Yeah, okay. I used that already, and I guess I'll cast the. Well, I already used one for Ronan.
Yeah.
For healing word.
Yeah, that's it. Well, unless you want to cast on another lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do a lightning bolt and then heal Ronan.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it in my next turn. Hopefully I survive. But yeah, I'll cast another lightning bolt on the lightning bolt. I can only, if I want to hit the guy that with the arrow, like on top of that rock right
Yeah.
there. Is there a way I can do it without harming the rock? Or is it like
Who knows?
I can't do like a concentrated bolt on someone.
You don't know.
I don't.
It does. It hits an area. Well, the lightning bolt hits an area. It hits a 5-foot radius area. Doesn't hit a single target.
So you're
Okay.
gonna hit.
It
You're gonna
hits
hit
like-
it if you.
Yeah,
if
because
you
it hits like the square.
Oh,
It
okay.
hits all targets within an area.
Okay. 5 foot radius is the same
So,
size as the movement.
Yes.
I'd say like try to hit these guys as well, so we can just get rid of them, or maybe like that. No, that might hit.
Let's see. They're already tortured up by the moonbeam, so I guess I'll do the crossbow person and the dwarf person. Like,
They're not close enough to hit both of them.
it's not.
You have to.
Nope.
Oh, okay. I can't tell from here. Fine, backline it is. Just here.
Okay.
Those two
Okay.
that are like affected by the moonbeam. Why the heck not?
Okay, so I gotta make dexterity saving throw. That's a shit ton. 19 and 12.
Mine is my spell DC is 13.
Okay,
one
so
of them takes
one of them takes full damage.
6, 12, 14.
14?
Yeah, both of these are 6, and that's a 2.
Okay, so it takes 7 damage. And this one. So the force of the lightning. The light kind of subsides. You see that one of them is just unconscious on the ground, and one is still standing.
Is that the same one that fell over earlier?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's the other guy, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But not dead.
Don't kill them.
No?
Why?
Darren, it's your turn.
Don't you want to kill him?
Flynn, call him off. This isn't necessary.
You see that his eyes are focused primarily onto this fire.
Look, knock them out if you need to, but don't kill them.
Why? Why?
Because they're not doing it by their choice.
You talking to me?
Right?
This isn't technically here.
No, that's just to get you onto an equal level
Wait,
with
what do you mean they're not doing it?
with Flynn.
I can go up there?
Yeah, you can go up there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
killed
I'm
someone.
gonna
Yeah.
Oh.
It's assuming you're on a similar-ish level
Yeah.
as Flynn.
Okay, but like,
What can you do to him? Or, oh wait, no, you're technically next
Oh,
to
I'm
each other.
murdered.
I'm within range of him now, right?
murder dog.
Oh, okay.
What's the damage?
Oh, no.
It's not a dog. It's like a.
I have the
Oh, no.
Like a puma.
Yeah,
Huh?
beast thing.
But-
Puma thing.
I have the compulsion, but can I choose where
Fuck.
what I aim for?
You are compelled to strike the enemy that struck you down until they hit 0 hit points.
Kill the beast.
I mean, we don't have to keep all of them alive.
I mean, okay, if we kill one of them and the rest of them survive, we're gonna be the bad guys. So we might as well just kill all of them.
No.
That doesn't make sense.
You haven't talked to a single one of them. You can't just murder everybody.
Well, they attacked us. It's self-defense.
And you didn't ask why.
It's legally tender.
I asked why. I said, "What are you guys doing here?" And no one answered.
To be honest, if anyone came at you with a knife,
Yeah, you have the right to call. Like, I'm sorry,
business.
that's just how this works.
you don't go.
Wait,
Yeah.
Yep.
Dammers, you said
Yo.
something.
You're about to kill me? Wait, let's talk it out real quick. Like, no, my dude, that's not how this
I'm
works.
sorry, Flynn.
He just kills you.
You could slap him with your shield.
Stop hurt you.
Stop it.
Like, we don't know these people. We
This
don't
is
know
my
who they
brother.
are.
Oh.
This is your brother?
This is my brother.
Oh.
Oh.
You have a.
You have a
Did
brother?
you say that in character?
Yes.
Okay.
We're all like,
What?
you have a brother?
You have a brother?
And now I'm gonna attack him.
My dude, you really need to, like, start telling us these
Can
things.
someone put him to sleep then? Oh yeah, when did we do that?
Oh, yeah, I can put him to sleep.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
21 to attack.
That is.
Just knock him out of the rocks.
Wait, so he's controlling everybody else?
We don't know. Maybe.
Damn, if you know these things, it's, like, critical that you answer now.
I'm fighting.
Okay.
I have no choice.
With the whole "he's my brother" and in character thing. Like,
Yeah.
We all heard that.
That was 12.
Here's
Okay.
my brother Anakin. I loved him.
They're all your
He's
brothers.
over my brother. I have the high ground.
Do I have to attack again?
You are compelled to strike until.
I picture that being the god's voice. Dammers like, must I do this? You are
18.
compelled.
More or less. Yeah, it is.
Rise.
Two
Dammers.
No. Why am I rolling so good?
God's on your side.
24.
It's another 12.
Okay.
Let the hate flows through. Do it.
So as you swing your sword down, you can't help, but you can't control your hand as it comes down, blow after blow, hitting onto Flint's chest and his side, just taking out chunks of blood is coming
Name's
down. He
The time
he
detective.
Flynn? Oh.
he flinches a bit, but his eyes are just unerring and unwavering.
Wait, so your brother's the bad guy?
No.
So your
Do
brother...
you guys not see the fucking necklace around him?
No, I don't.
No, I'm like
we're all the way
100
down
yards.
here.
I'm like 100 feet away.
Well,
I
maybe
can
come
totally
closer.
see
His
it.
back is literally, like, the only thing I can see, so no, not really. If you would care to explain these things, like, hey,
Speaking of which,
my brother's not trying to...
Kendra, John, make dexterity saving
I
throws.
swear to God, this is your fault, Dammers. This is your fault.
How
You
is
did
this
this.
my
You
fault?
didn't tell
did
us
this.
anything.
Yeah,
And then you get mad when we start attacking
I said,
everybody.
talk to them first.
I got a natural 20.
I got a 20.
Okay,
The
cool.
same thing as my brother.
Fuck
That
off.
changes everything.
I wanted to talk, but she threw fire at me.
Okay, so Kendra and John, from right in between the two of you, because it's the arrow's turn now. You see that the ground. You feel like your feet start to get a little bit hot, and you look and you see the ground kind of like crackling red as a column of fire erupts upward from where you're standing. You both make it out just in time to not take full damage, but you do both take 12 points of fire damage.
12 points?
Yep.
God
Only.
damn!
There. And you both pushed out.
Do I still have my moonbeam, or do I, like...
Make a. You need to make a concentration save, so just roll a d10 or d20.
D20?
Yeah, roll d20.
Do I have any modifiers, or no? Or just straight what I get?
Yeah, just what you get.
15.
Yeah, you're fine. You maintain concentration. Okay, so now it's Kendra's turn.
So what have you told us?
Metagaming, no time for that right now.
No, I mean, like, what has he actually been
What did
saying
he
in
yell?
character? For like, you
I
told
said
us it
not
was.
to kill them. I said that's my brother, and he's being controlled by something.
Okay. And you said something about the necklace.
There's a
Is
necklace.
that in character?
Yes.
Okay.
Could I wait? Where is
It
he?
is glowing around
The
his
one
neck.
on by the rock.
The
I'm gonna try to shoot the necklace.
Okay.
Do you have a...
Jake, go for it.
Yeah, from that range.
Please don't hit me again.
Do I have to get closer?
No, you're right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Just don't roll a one.
I can put him to sleep if he trusts his happy.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
The section of limitations.
I'm gonna try shooting the necklace.
Please don't roll a one.
I'm gonna. Should I hunter's mark him or the necklace?
The necklace.
Can you hunter's mark?
You
on
can't
this?
hunter mark a
You can't
non-living.
hunter
Okay, then
mark
I'll
an
just
object.
hunters. Yeah, I'm shooting the necklace.
Okay.
goddamn one, I swear.
Oh no.
Dos.
11.
Oh,
It doesn't hit.
Okay.
The arrow
I was
flies
so
past.
afraid that was a 1.
Do I get another hit?
You do get an extra attack.
Do it.
Please, God, let me meet her. 14
Doesn't hit.
for
Flies
a
past.
necklace.
Yep.
You still
It's
think
it's a very small target.
That's a hard shot.
Yeah.
Like
If
imagine
you would have rolled a 1, I fucking
imagine trying to hit a silver dollar from over there where the tree is
I can
with a
do it.
bow.
I can do it.
Okay, Katniss.
Okay. So he's gonna take the penalty to shooting a long range bow at melee range. He's gonna try and shoot you. Okay, that was a 16 and a 17, so 27 to hit. Let's see. 6, 11 points of piercing damage, and you see that the arrow, as he fires it, right up into your chest, it starts to glow as it hits you. It goes in this this cacophonous sound, like a thunderclap, just hits you in the chest. It pushes you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You die.
I just healed him for like 30 points.
14.
You better not.
14. 14, you say. I believe.
And how much damage did I take?
You take, so we'll say you take 11 points of piercing damage, and then, failed save on the 6 more.
Do I roll for the sword again?
No, because it's the same target hitting you. This thunderclap of force kind of pushes you in the chest. You take 3 points of thunder damage, and you are able to hold your footing to keep you from being pushed away.
Back to 26.
Okay, so Arter's turn. Arter is there. Moving some Constitution save. Roll 2d10. Doesn't make the save.
1. 8.
9. Okay, so just barely standing.
Ouch.
He is.
Is the other guy dead or what's going on?
He's unconscious.
Does he still take damage?
No, he's unconscious.
Kill him.
You see him grab the other elf by the shoulder, then he drags him out as far as possible. Yeah. Okay, he's unconscious. Okay. Rogar, it's your turn.
Has the other monster been attacked yet?
Yes. By Rowan.
It's just once.
Yep.
Is this moonbeam still here?
No.
Grapple with the displacer beast.
Shove his nose into the ground.
Suplex him.
Suplex the displacer beast.
Is that guy like?
No, he's just standing. That's the only way we can get him to stand.
Okay, well if I like cast it here, do I hit him? A lightning bolt
From where? From
here.
no.
So he's on this
Yeah.
space. Okay. Did the other dwarfs do anything except throw fire at you?
So fire at me.
Okay.
It's just I'm gonna
Kill them. Okay. Well, my last lightning bolt then.
Okay.
That way.
Dexterity save. What's your dexterity save?
14.
That's 16. Makes a save. Takes half damage. Oh, and this makes make dexterity save. The displacer beast does not make the save.
Holy fuck.
Okay. That's 14 plus 19, 23, 28, 33, 36.
36.
God damn.
7. This is half is 18. Okay. So displacement still stands. The force of the lightning bolt hits the dwarven woman. You see that as she falls, that the electricity kind of sparked a small fire on her head.
No!
And then as she hits the ground,
No!
into a ball of flames.
Fireworks.
I said don't kill them.
That's not what I wanted!
God, that's how I feel on this bitch of an earth.
That's what you get.
Bro, I know. I was gonna grapple her and then punch her in the back. That's really specific.
What part of don't kill people can
Blake,
you
it's
guys
your
not
turn.
comprehend?
Wait, do you call massaging?
That wasn't on purpose.
You gonna massage the
Anyway.
back?
Flames at you.
He's the one that caught on fire. Not our fault. She.
So many things I could have learned. So many things.
Well, if Rogar can't learn it, no one will.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. I guess I'm killing displacer beasts.
Alright.
We'll probably find a bomb expert or something.
No, God, that thing's huge. Okay, 19.
Okay.
That's 25.
Okay.
And 14.
All of those hit.
That's a slow displacer beast.
Oh. I'm stupid. Alright, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, technically, you're supposed to have disadvantage when you attack them.
Why should I have disadvantage?
No, everyone should. That's just a thing of displacer beast, but I forgot.
Oh.
Should I just...
They're just not very intimidating this way.
They're kind of sluggish.
Apparently.
They're sluggish too.
They're
They
ugly.
can't. They can barely stand.
Okay, 13,
They're babies.
18, and 20.
Okay, so it dies. Okay.
Okay.
Head off, dead. Callista, it's your turn.
Who's left?
Darius is
One,
like, don't
two,
kill anybody.
three.
We just killed all 3.
I don't care what this place is.
I'm guessing Damaris needs a little help. I guess I'll try to go help him.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's where the moonbeam.
No, those are spikes.
Spikes.
Or the muddy thing.
Wow.
No, it's spikes. The muddy thing is this blue thing.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
You can go around it though.
Wait, I thought
Go
the
this
spikes
way.
sunk
No,
into
the spice
the-
research.
Yeah, where
So there's
where?
Oh. Okay.
You don't have to avoid them.
Wait, can I go through this way?
Yeah.
What is this? Okay. Wait.
It's difficult terrain, so
Where
it
is
takes twice as much movement for you to go through the
1,
rocks.
2, 3, 4. So
5, 6, you would like end on the rock.
can I go diagonal?
You would still land on the rock, but you
Oh,
end.
actually, yeah, I'll just be there.
Okay. Okay. So you see the other Elven man with the crossbow. He kind of looks up toward Flynn's area. He kind of holds his hands up to his temple. And Flynn looks down, and they kind of do the same thing and kind of stare at each other for what appears to be a long amount of time.
You're gay.
A few seconds.
Yes, actually.
It appears they seem to be having some kind of discussion at some point.
Damn. They're fighting like a married couple.
You see both of them put their hands down. This one runs up to the unconscious dude,
Guess we're
pulls out one more healing potion.
freaking gym leaders, I swear.
5, 11.
I just love lightning bolt.
11 plus 15.
We fucking
Tw-
died
20
here,
20
boys.
20 health.
20 health?
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
I have that potion.
Okay. Let's see. Rowan kind of gathers himself, touches you on the side. Rogarn's going to cast Cure Wounds on you. At first level. 9 points of health. You are healed. John, it's your turn.
I would like to move my moonbeam over here.
Okay.
There's no escape from the moonbeam, motherfuckers. This guy's getting hit too,
Yeah.
right? Cool.
Yeah, his thing's too big.
Yeah. And can I do more? I'm gonna do healing word at a first level.
Okay.
For Rowan.
Okay.
That's my boy's been pulling through for everybody. I'm so proud of him. He gets healed for 4. 4.
That's 11 health.
Hey, it's better than
You
nothing.
did so much for him.
It's better than nothing, okay? I don't have any more
wow, it's your
level
turn.
3s.
Let's see. The dogs are dead. The dwarven lady exploded. Sorry, the way you
literally
described it was
burst
kind
into
of
flames.
funny. It was like, I don't know, explosion thingy.
Yeah.
Combusted.
Let's see. Health-wise, it's just Ronan that's somewhat low, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's at 14.
13.
No, he's at 15. He had 11, right?
11 health. No, he is now at 11 health.
Oh, he's
after
now
you heal him.
11. I could do wind wall on those guys just to be no. Can I?
Yeah, just trap him in the moonbeam.
No, a wind wall, but that'll make it even more.
Hey John, remember when I said not to kill them?
Remember when we killed them anyway, so now it's better to have no survivors rather than have somebody that's gonna hold us accountable?
The dwarf woman.
Oh
Killed
god.
Flink's girlfriend.
That's not what I wanted.
They haven't even dated. They didn't even go on a date yet. Like, come
I
on,
think he had
get
more
over
chemistry with the
yourself.
barbarian
Like,
that we fought earlier than with that dwarf.
I wanted
They
to shove it to the floor and then pour a vial of acid on your face, Rogar.
I think we've all learned that Flank is into taller women.
yeah, that's true.
He just wanted her stuff.
Yeah.
One day.
Pour acid on her face. So have to squirm.
Call lightning lasts for 10 minutes. How much time has passed?
It's been 4 rounds, so about 24 seconds.
We killed 20 in 2 on each one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it goes
it's a
fast.
long ass
yeah,
time.
Yeah, let's see.
Thunder
Hold on.
right here.
Give me
Thunder right
I'm
here.
gonna look up wind wall for a moment. I just know that it's a little.
I was
tricky,
expecting the
so
vials to explode.
That's why I almost never use it.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
If I was gonna attack him, I'm gonna aim for a sad.
I heard what Damaris
We
said.
can
so
loot
that
their bodies.
I
We
don't
can take their stuff.
I don't have a need for that. I don't have a need for stuff.
I
I'm a
do.
Tree hobo.
I want more stuff.
The creature.
Are you not greedy like me?
He wants a
No, I'm like the exact opposite of greedy. Let's
Well, then do it for me and be selfless.
see. A wall strong wind. You can make a wall up to 50. The wall lasts for since walls are 3. Each creature must make a strength saving throw.
Kill them all. Kill them if you have to.
Let me see. Let the past die. Kill it if you have to.
Look at my giant nipples on my square ass
With the
pectorals.
wind wall, just like.
Oh, on my square ass.
Does that affect their movement or anything like that?
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at wind wall. Just.
I mean, you can literally just make a wall. You build a wall and you make them pay for it.
I wonder what Kylo Ren's like routine is. Like,
How many
Push-ups
push-ups
does
does
he
he
do?
What's his
lift?
rep?
Like,
He
what's
breaks
his rep
every
count?
elevator.
Can he bench 250?
No, it's
No.
fake.
Yeah, no.
Without his hands.
No, I mean like he probably.
He's got anchor arms.
No, I'm saying like he probably uses a
Force.
corset
No.
type of thing to amplify his beefy chest.
If
Nah,
you,
he's
if
got
you
a
do win wall, you
flesh-colored
lose the
corset.
ball lightning, so.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's why I'm like trying to decide like what should I do? Wind wall, just
You can heal folks.
huh?
You can heal folks. You can jump.
Kill him.
I could jump, but
You can just jump.
Yeah, just
Jump
jump
around.
around.
hello. I watched your friend blow up. I'm sorry.
Sorry, fam.
She seemed like a lovely person.
She's dead now.
Okay.
Nothing to loot.
Yeah,
That
no,
seems
it's
so far. God, I don't know what to do. If I do wind wall, I think that'll just do more harm than good.
Then why not do it? Just find out.
No, not the good kind of harm, but the bad kind of, the annoying kind of harm.
Oh.
Creature takes bludgeoning damage. Because if I cast wind wall around them, we can't shoot them on turret and they can't shoot us, I guess. Good.
Oh.
Okay, fine, wind wall on them.
Okay.
No. Well, moving doesn't count as a.
Moving doesn't technically count.
No,
So-
I don't think I could win the moonbeam away.
No.
It wins away like bolts.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
It was like physical objects, not a beam of light.
It says arrows, bolts, and other ordinary projectiles. launched
So
at
you're just gonna
targets
make a
behind
big
you.
ass.
They automatically miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wall.
Boulders hurled by giants or siege engines and similar projectiles are unaffected. No,
Yeah.
don't have to worry about that. Creatures and gases form.
Thank God there's no giants here.
Yeah. Okay, so now are they like in a tornado or something now? Oh. I don't know.
Don't give me that look.
So
There are
like,
no
is it
giants here.
is it around?
out of the
Yeah,
out of the
no,
shadows
it's-
comes.
Are you gonna do it like in a circle
one.
around them, or you want to just make a little wall?
I guess I'll do a wall so they could just leave us alone or something.
Damn,
They're still in the
full
moonbeam though,
Lao
right?
Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay, what?
What? You're building a wall?
Oh.
Confirm.
No, it's a wind wall. It's not a.
Yasuo confirm.
But I built it myself. I didn't ask them to do it.
Oh, that's true. Are they paying for it?
No, of course not.
Technically, because they can't do anything
They're
now.
gonna pay for it with their lives.
Okay.
Make sure
Now
it's
turn.
great again.
Dammers, it's your turn, buddy.
Now you can talk to your brother. I think.
I don't
Oh my
want to hurt
God,
you. I
that's
just,
crazy.
you know, you hit first, and I have this, you know about magical items. 'Cause you're clearly wearing one. Oh, thank God that one missed.
You at least know that he'd want to hurt you back.
Yeah, I know you still want to hurt me, but the feeling's not mutual. This is not a. Thank God that one missed too.
Are you sure?
You're like
Yeah,
talking,
you're fine.
You're like talking and
Okay.
missing at the same time.
He also starts crying because.
Okay. Okay, it's the arrow's turn again. It's gonna make another another big old jelly puddle.
Oh.
Is this Bomberman? Is that what it is? Is it like?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like.
Oh no, Callista.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's what you mean.
Let's see.
Like the actual. I thought there was like a Arrow Man or something. Like one of these
Arrow
people,
Man.
even the actual
No,
thing.
the arrow is
Oh.
attacking us.
There's a little man living inside the arrow.
So more earth around
It's a
the
temple
arrow of
cave.
Corellon starts to soften and turn to thick, dense mud. Callista, your feet instantly sink in, and you are stuck. Your movement speed is 0.
Really, bitch?
Yep.
I look at the guy and I'm like, really?
You look at the arrow, just like the office. Like,
Kindra, it's your turn.
okay. Attempt 2 to shoot the necklace.
All right.
Kill him.
Oh no, that's
him in the
throw.
throat instead. Kill him.
19.
Okay, that is.
Thanks. Do I have
It's
to
about
hit
time,
for
goddamn.
damage?
Yes.
Oh.
Kill him.
Wait, I
Do
can't
it.
hunter's mark.
Yo,
Do
give
it.
her strength.
Do it on accident, but like low key,
I mean,
don't do it on
Kagome
accident.
sort of did something
Yeah.
like this.
7.
Okay.
Yo, shadow pieces.
Okay. So, Dammers, you notice as Flynn's about to pull another arrow, point direction, you see another arrow just slice through the rope, the bit of thread cutting through the necklace as the little gem falls. You see the light kind of fade from Flynn's eyes. And he kind of looks around, his normal eyes, looking around, just kind of confused at where he is. He looks back up at you. He sneers for a little bit.
This wasn't my fault.
He looks down and tries to find the rest of his group. He sees them.
Yeah, get
He
fucked,
puts
bitch.
his hands up to his fingers up to his temple. You see the other one with the crossbow look up. They have another quick conversation.
Yeah, we're just very polite to let them do.
I mean, this is happening within in a time of thought, quickly.
Be gone, son.
Okay, so this actually works. In that time, you see the one that casts Moonbeam. His shape changes. His shape changes into the form of a large eagle.
Why can't I do that?
You're not there yet. You see him grab the two others in his talons, and as he swoops low, Flynn just falls backwards from the spire, lands on the back of the eagle, and
Wow.
Wait,
they
so
all
Oh,
soar
dude.
off.
Wait, the
This
wind
is
doesn't do anything to
some
them?
No, because he
bullshit.
flies up, because the wind is about 15 feet in the air.
Some hobbit
Okay.
bullshit.
The eagle goes about 30 feet and then down.
I guess. Alright.
You see right as he's falling, you see that last little bit of eye contact.
Wait, doesn't my
With
moonbeam
you.
hit him?
No, because it's technically happening on Flint's turn. So yeah,
I don't like
you
this.
see that last little bit of eye contact as
This
he
is
falls
bullshit.
back,
Get frick.
and then this flutter of wings, this large eagle just flies off. And you're good.
What does that mean for my sword?
Just run.
Do I have to go after him?
Once they're a certain distance away, it kind of stops.
Okay.
It's like an
You
MMO.
just see Deborah
It's
start
like those
running.
fucking league glitches where they go back to fountain and
James.
just run.
Okay, so
YR.
okay, so congratulations, none of you died.
We killed somebody.
Almost.
Thanks for not killing my brother.
You
Maybe
all
Maybe if
get,
you told us earlier.
did.
No, you didn't. You told us
they
when
mean
we're like,
earlier,
I
before
literally,
right now.
the day you met Damaris, told you that he had a brother.
I do not remember this.
so we're just gonna be like, oh, that's his brother.
No, John was like, you didn't tell us you had a brother. I literally did.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, you've been very secretive about shit.
I'm sorry, do you have family?
Yes, I used to.
Oh, that's news to me.
Shut the fuck up, dude. You're not. I swear to God.
You start crying.
Is there anything left of the door?
Why?
Oh, God damn it, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay.
Start beating the shit out of you.
Okay, so you all get 1,300 experience.
1,300
blood XP. 100 experience.
Okay.
Holy frig.
They better not get any because they ran away. Well, they probably did.
Wait, 13
Wait,
what?
can we loot the burning dwarf lady's body?
She's just a
Th-
pile of
th-
ash.
There's honestly more or less just a crater where she once was.
I'm so sorry, Dwellin.
It's just like
You have to give her a name. I was
like
going to call her
coming out of them.
cannon water.
Her name's Dwellin.
She's dwelling, all right, in hell.
Hilarious.
I don't see what you guys are so happy about. I'm very upset.
Thank you.
I could have been a friend.
Dwelling in
After I poured acid on her face.
She
She threw fire at me! You don't just be like, let's be friends. I'm like, she threw fire at me. That's what I wanted to. But I have all these wild... They're like, oops. Oh, I guess that's the fame mud all over your face.
Alright.
You reach for the acid and accidentally just throw mud.
Does the doohickeys have
Okay,
anything?
so the amulet.
Okay. So you walk up toward the underside of the arrow. We'll say it's technically your turn right now.
It still was, wasn't it?
No, it was Flynn's turn at that time. Alright, it's your turn now.
Kill us.
Are we still fighting the arrow?
You take the gem. You take the necklace. You look at it much more closely with your one good eye.
Are we still
With your
popping?
one
With
eye.
disadvantage.
You just look at it. No, you just look at it. You do notice that it's not a smooth gemstone. It looks jagged and sharp. It looks like a piece of broken crystal. A piece of something once whole, but now it's only a single shard. It glows this yellowish, orange light.
P.
Please.
As the eagle kind of flies over all of you, John.
Yeah.
You see that one of them, the one elf with the crossbow, kind of looks at you,
Uh-huh.
and he kind of reaches for something like in like a dress pocket and throws it at you,
Uh-huh.
and
Can I catch
it's your ring on a necklace, and then they fly off.
Okay.
Well, thanks.
Why did they give?
Fuck.
But yeah, you see
You
that.
just gave me back my ring? That's so random. Like, what the fuck? Why are they nice now?
This is confusing after we...
Maybe they were nice all along.
Well, maybe they try to fucking
Maybe
murder
if you
us.
told us this earlier when we're not in battle.
Before this rigmarole, you see that the gem it almost glows slightly, and as you hold it, you notice that the circlet around your head is also glowing slightly. It's almost like combating energies.
They don't like each other.
You feel almost like it's pushing the gem away from your hand, like your hand kind of
It doesn't
moves
like
out.
this.
While that's happening, make a dexterity saving throw.
Damn it. Is he fucking shooting me again? I swear.
just for one good.
10.
Okay, so that's full damage.
Yay!
Oh, that was a lot of dice.
So as you look, you look down, you notice like a rumbling in the ground. You look down, the earth starts to turn red and glowing under your feet. As a jet of fire just
What the fuck?
shoots up.
Oh, the arrow.
You take 18 points fire damage.
Oh my god.
Get fucked, kid.
Can we just
Rowan kind of looks around. I suggest we run. I believe the arrow sees us as still hostile.
I didn't even get to touch it yet.
Which arrow?
The
Things. Oh yeah, that's right. The fire thingy that just happened right now. Oh god. Well, I'm stuck.
Is it a
Oh shit!
Make a strength saving throw.
Is it a defense mechanism thing? Yeah. 16.
As you struggle to try and get out, you actually sink a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Nice.
Up to just a little bit above your waist.
Oh well, this is a predicament.
Rogar, flank, what are you guys doing?
Can I toss a rope to Callista?
Okay. So you grab the rope, make a strength check.
Help.
Make a strength check.
Okay.
Help them pull her out.
20.
17.
Can I do that? It's not my turn yet.
19.
Christ.
I'm super.
You just
far into it.
rip her the
Fine.
Fix her up one hand and run.
I was right about the dinosaur.
Rogar. Oh god. Oh yeah, did you see that? We went to Universal and like fucking one there was
the ripped
we
fucking
were at
dinosaur?
Jurassic Park, right? And I'm sitting in the gift shop and the fucking one of the pictures it was like a mug of like a dinosaur. The T-Rex on the mug is the most like jacked, ripped fucking thing.
And I sit as Rogar
Jack
under his
ripped.
robe.
Oh, that should be like a mascot wandering around like a.
Yeah, like, it is the most ripped fucking dinosaur I've
Why?
ever seen.
Why is
He's
it so
fucking
buff?
he's shredded. That's you right now.
Someone
me
at
see.
Fantasy's making this.
Right?
My goodness.
Fucking jacked ass fucking
Holy
T-Rex.
shit, dude.
He's swole.
I forget. We seen Rogar naked, right?
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, doesn't he have a giant fucking ding dong?
No, they have a giant
No.
ding dong.
You see
Oh,
it
I
flank too.
Okay.
What a waste.
I wonder who has the smallest. So yeah, that's right.
Okay, so the rest of you
Fuck up.
group back together and just book it.
Did I get to lick the arrow?
Do not.
Okay, so how do you want to do that? You
No.
have one. I'll give you one turn.
Okay, so assuming that if you were gonna settle that we were all gonna get away damage this year, I would use a dash, so that would double my movement speed.
Yep.
So basically,
That's
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55,
This
60,
is seriously happening right now.
65, and assuming that the spot that just kind of takes up this area, I would be able to get to it and be around where Dammers is and lick the. So
And
that
I'm
would.
gonna grab him by the back of his fucking shirt and take him away.
Okay. You run up, you put your tongue. It is super salty. It is really salty. It just tastes like you're licking a Himalayan sea salt rock, and then immediately you feel a tug from your collar, and then it wrenches you away.
It does look like something I've seen in the Underdark. I don't want to remember anymore.
Wait, would that take you 2 turns to dash to it and another action to lick it?
No.
Okay, good.
I'll say you can lick as a bonus action.
Nice.
That's a bonus action now, licking.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
That is established now in.
Licking is a bonus action.
Can I lick enemies before I kill them? Just like-
Nice.
Yes, technically.
We absolutely need to start doing that.
I'm gonna have Lyle do that in beast form now.
Okay,
Nice.
so you all book it as far and as fast as you can away from the arrow, until you feel the pulsing energy from it start to subside, and you all kind of stop. You all catch your breath.
Let's go back.
You're sprinting,
That was
and you're
confusing.
finally all together.
That escalated quickly.
What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna go to Disneyland.
I make a pouty face at Rogar.
I am confused. Genuinely confused.
So why would the arrow see us as hostile?
Because we were all
Because
fighting
we were
around
fighting on it.
Yeah, but we weren't directing anything toward it.
I don't think the arrow.
You're asking Rowan in particular?
Yeah.
Oh, he kind of looks. I've never experienced this before. I assume because it sensed hostile energy that it treated everything around as hostile.
Have you ever seen those people before?
I've seen. He points to the one. He points to Damaris. I've seen the one he was fighting before.
When?
How long has he been here?
He lives in one of the in the other 8 lights.
I haven't seen him in years.
Rowan, can we get a giant bird?
I can't physically stop you from not getting one.
Do you know which
Could you buy them?
You
Not
can
like-
ignore him.
Not like in a slavery kind of way. Like
Not in a slavery kind of way.
Please ignore him.
Purchase services.
Is there a way to purchase a large bird?
Large quantities of bread.
I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn how to do that. I'd be happy if I could just turn into a butterfly.
Just a fly. Wow.
Okay.
A butterfly. It's different. One has a butt.
Okay. What were you asking?
What do you know which light he's in?
Yes, I believe he is in Nevrast. Nevrast. Nevrast.
Nevrast.
Dude, more like a mountain.
You can probably listen kind of closely.
No.
Are you? Does your family reside here?
Maybe.
That's where they're from.
Yeah, my obviously you can tell I'm not full-blooded elf, but that is my half brother, and his clan does reside from here.
Oh.
Well,
Hey guys, we're going into the place where my brother lives. Oh, thanks, Damaris. Thanks for letting us know before we go in and almost fucking murder him. Oh, no problem, dude. Yeah, we got you.
I think John's a little upset.
I sense some
I did tell
hostility, Tender, don't you?
You didn't tell. You just said you knew who he was, and then
Yeah,
I
you
asked
just-
you, would you have told me who he was, and you said no. So.
okay. Kindra, as this conversation is happening, you feel a warm sensation in your arm. You look and see it's your bracer. The light of the emerald is shining. And as you kind of walk around and look, you see that the light grows as you point toward the arrow of Corellon.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Can I follow it?
You start walking right back to the arrow.
Oh.
That is a great idea.
I want to.
Does anyone notice?
She's not making it a point to hide.
I'll follow.
You just see her just kind of looking like this, like staring at her exposed wrist, the light glowing from her emerald bracer.
I'll follow her.
Is my thing glowing too? Or?
You check the ring as you put it back on. It's glowing very faintly.
Okay.
But slightly.
I also walk.
And same with the amulet, and same with the circlet.
Alright. I guess we're going back.
Let's go, boys!
Rowan kind of looks at us like, "Where are you going?"
We're going back.
Believe the arrow is calling us back.
Sorry, thought you guys were the bad guy. Hi, I'm the arrow.
The arrow's like, oh, sorry about that.
My bad.
I
Yes.
got nervous. There was a lot of explosions and.
And like a woman on fire.
This lady blew up. Did you guys see that?
Listen, if you're waiting for someone at like a train station, and another dude starts running up to you with a knife, you kind of forget why you're there in the first place.
That's fucking.
Rowan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
The potions that female dwarf was using, do any of the residents in the city, can they replicate that?
I've never seen it personally myself, but because it exists, I assume it's possible.
Make a knowing nod to flank.
I pout. My face is still a pout towards you.
You took my only food.
No,
Now I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna starve.
I look at her going, the era is salty.
I am glad to
You can-
to know this knowledge
Meanwhile,
now.
Lau just
You
hears
try to
his
have your
mentor's
second
words. You
round of
found
tasting
friends.
it.
Yes, yes.
I mean, out of all 400 elf years, at least he knows now. Hasn't even touched it.
Thank you for that information.
Pass it on to your children.
I shall.
So does the light get brighter as I get closer to it?
A little bit, yeah.
What about the amulet?
A little bit. It's like the bracer is the brightest light, and the rest kind of
I
shines
know it's
second.
still not happy with me having
The necklace.
it. Yeah, the necklace.
It feels like it's still trying to get away from you.
Yeah, I'm holding it like this.
Yeah.
Can I like think that he's handing it to me so I'm gonna take it?
No.
Oh, Damar's gonna have
Oh,
a
I
necklace.
forgive
No.
you.
Everyone has shiny
Can I
things.
use
Why
no?
can't I have a
Take
shiny
it.
thing?
You
I
can
mean,
try.
we don't know what it could do to you.
Make a sleight of hand check.
12.
Wait, you don't
Wait,
have
sleight of hand.
a here?
John, I will shank you.
14, 15, actually.
15. Doesn't quite do it.
No.
Nice.
You're just shy of it, and it just kind of slips out of your hand.
John,
Shit.
Ooh,
You don't know what it could do.
I want to try.
no.
It's just me.
It's just
Like,
jumping.
once-
Children, please.
Mike wants shiny.
Although
you can reach it.
I'm gonna.
It's like while you're doing this, Rogar just
Shiny,
What is it?
shiny.
What kind of
Sleight of hand.
Orga just picks up Dammer
the
by the
top.
throat and gives it to me.
8.
I must be like, I got this.
I feel like
now.
he's just like reaching up and can't even like.
Not even making an attempt to be sneaky about it. Okay.
It doesn't even jump.
As you make your way back, you do notice, Damar says you get to around kind of the outermost beginnings as the hill starts to climb upward. That make a wisdom saving throw.
It's not his day.
15.
Just as you feel this creeping energy kind of coming from your hand gripping the necklace, kind of up through your arm, you feel it kind of reaching as it just goes past your shoulder and into your chest. You let it go, and the feeling goes away, and the necklace drops to the ground.
Shoot,
It stops glowing.
Maybe don't
Break
hold
it.
that, considering it was controlling your brother.
You can't just leave it here for someone else to have it.
Well,
Break
can we
it.
put it in a bag or something?
I got a bag.
I
got a
my
bag.
Can I hold it?
I have a bag, it's called my neck.
Back up.
Wait, do I have an extra burlap
Do I
sack?
have a bag? I might have a bag.
I have my bag of holding.
You also have like cloth you can just wrap it in.
Oh, I have a box.
A box? Oh yeah, you got a box.
Yeah, I have a small little chest. I'm gonna put it in there.
Okay.
Is that from the antique store?
No, I think.
My dick in a box.
Okay.
It had something else in it, but now it's just
So
a
you
box.
put the necklace into the box, you close it, you shut it, and you wrap the box up in some cloth, keeping it safe, tucking it
Put
away
a
in your bag.
master lock, patted it up, chain it, master lock again.
Okay. Kindra, as you walk up, you notice that for the first time you really get a chance to actually see the arrow of Corellon, not being antagonized all around you. And you see,
You gonna lick it too?
No.
I'm gonna touch it.
you walk up to the base of it, and
I want to put my hand.
the rest of you kind of walk up behind it. As you put your hand with the bracer up to it, suddenly all of you, except for Rowan, are floating. And you look around and you seem to be within the arrow itself. You're surrounded by inky blackness and shining light of stars.
Can I scream?
This is pretty.
Yes.
I scream.
Meanwhile, I was like, this is so pretty.
Yep. It feels like galaxies are circling around all of you, while in this sort of temporary floating state. You do not feel wind or falling or cold or heat. You just feel a sense of floating around. And from a distance, you see a single pinpointed star grow brighter and brighter into a shining light. And you hear, all of you hear, echoing out, "Champions, stand tall with pride. For you shall become paragons of justice."
Oh,
You have been called upon by the laws of order and chaos itself to bring balance to your world. Now steel your heart to the virtue of justice. Wherein truth and courage are reconciled lays the secrets of justice itself. It bears no moderation, for it does not shine in the fog of war. The fiery will that spurs one towards justice cannot lose sight of truth. To judge with a level eye demands courage of conviction and the pursuit of truth itself. In reward, justice shall give temperament to your spirits. Remember that true justice cannot be met if one's heart is tainted with avarice or tyranny. Justice is the devotion of truth and tempered by love. Go forth and seek the shrines of valor, sacrifice, and honor. It is at this point the light kind of shines around you and you see a very a familiar vision you've seen before of a dark, cavernous room covered in dark black stone. The floor is cracked with glowing red magma seemingly seeping out of the black floor, providing the smallest amount of light in this cave. You see erupting from the cracked earth, molten lava flowing from its sides, this tall being. You see a hand with a sword, and another hand, and another hand, and another hand.
Uh-oh.
Before as it turns to face you, you go back to floating in space. It is now thy sacred quest to discover the virtues and slay the slasher of veils. Kindra, you specifically hear this.
Okay.
Child, the conviction in your heart quivers like a flame against the wind. You carry within you blood of elven sovereigns and the heart of man. Take pride in your lineage, but do not lose sight of your human heart. As your hand kind of holds out, and the light from the emerald glows, and the light, and it seems to create this structure out of light, kind of flowing from the stone, and it crystallizes this long, thin shape. Okay. Let the light of virtue steady your hand and aid your eye. As the light coalesces into a single shape, you see it turns into the shape of a bow and goes into your hand.
Hell yeah.
Release the pain and use it as kindling to relight the flames of justice in your heart. And it is at that point all of you are brought back toward the base of the arrow. Kindra, you pull your hand away from it and you see now in your hand is this long bow, seemingly carved of elven wood, not sanded, not shaped. It seems to be like a branch itself grew into the shape of a bow. And
Cool. She says cool.
Wow.
The rest of you
Just holding it. Cool.
You see that the grip and the handle seems to be almost solid shining gold. And the gold filigree lines this bow. The bowstring itself is not quite thread, it's not quite metal. It seems to glow almost white.
Can I put my ring up against it?
Hmm?
Can I put my ring up against the arrow?
It shines
Do a
brightly.
little fist bump. Like, hey, where's my shit?
You have a sword.
I know.
You see that Rowan's kind of looking at you, kind of in confusion.
How long does it take for this tree to grow?
A minute.
Oh, okay.
You get a tree?
What?
When I kill a creature with the arrow, a 6-foot tree grows out of their corpse.
The fuck?
The Greenpeace goes violent.
And I can also
That's
declare an oracle shot that allows me to project my
Can you imagine
sight
doing
through
that
the
and then
arrow.
pointing at the tree and being like, you want that to happen to you? You want to be a tree?
Oh
there's-
wow!
if there's
What's
a
this forest
picture-
kid here?
If there's like a picture of Kindra behind a forest, it's actually a pile of bodies.
Yeah.
No one else knows.
Rowan kind of looks at all of you have you all been?
We were in there.
Around.
You
In the
seem,
air.
you seem to have vanished for a time.
Well,
Oh, we were
a
in the
time?
arrow.
That's very specific, bro.
It's
The
Feywild.
arrow gave
Time
me a
doesn't
thing.
exist.
We were in the arrow.
He kind of looks at it and his eyes kind of widen. Come, we need to return back to the city.
Is it bad?
Can I pat him on the back and be like, you did good, son. You did good.
You see that his focus is kind of off and toward back
Not
to the
here
city.
for your shit right now.
So you travel, you make your way back. Unless there's anything specific you want to do while you're here.
Can I loot the ash body?
It's just a crater.
Oh, is there anything noticeable?
No.
Okay.
Do
I want to pick at the bodies of the things.
At the space base?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a nature check, I guess.
8.
It's a lot of guts. A lot of not fun, smelly bits.
Okay.
Can I cut off one of their like tentacle things and use it like a?
That thing's
like
gonna
a
like
whip?
rot away, I think.
For a time, I guess. Sure. You can just take
Never
it with
mind
you
that,
for a
it's
while.
Oh, it's like those sticky things you get from the bomb machine.
Yeah.
Except instead of like stickiness,
It's teeth.
It's barbed teeth that just.
Ow.
Ow!
So he
I
should
use it
get
against damage. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
You wanna hit him?
I have 8 HP right now.
fall. Accidentally
As,
kills damage.
oh yeah, as you all enter back, all of your health is restored.
Oh, thank God.
Your exhaustion is alleviated.
I whisper into my alchemy pot for it to pour beer, and I dump it on the crater.
Okay.
One for the whole.
Pour one out.
Holy fuck, that's so funny. One for the homie.
Yeah, I drink some of it too as I pour it.
I mean, you have like over a gallon of beer. I don't think you're dumping the entire content.
It doesn't really like come to mind as I'm doing it, so it's kind of like.
Some for you, some for me, some for you, some for me.
Did you do that
I
too?
think there's another group that's probably after the items like we are.
Yeah.
And they probably did something to your brother and his friends.
So there's
That's why they
more
took the ring.
people? Ugh.
Explains why they took the ring.
They gave it back though.
Well, yeah, because they weren't under the control anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. That means there's still another group, or whoever it is that like mind controlled them. If
Can
that's
we
what it is.
wait? So we know where your brother lives?
We need to figure out where this necklace came from.
We could send a little like raven being like, "Hey, dude, sorry we killed
Did
your
we show
friend."
Rowan and...
I was gonna show it to your mom,
Okay.
Okay.
but we're heading back right now.
Yeah.
So
So you travel
I don't
for.
expect Rowan the guard to know really.
Oh, come on.
Hey, he's a smart boy, okay?
He's over 300.
He was top of his class in second
That's a
grade.
baby.
Oh, I'm
that's like-
I'm
he was student of the
I'm
month.
the baby.
It's like late 20s.
He's like our age.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Can I put like a sticker
He's, like,
on my
cool.
horse that says like,
I'm
"My
pretty sure I'm
son
younger
was
than
student of the month"?
In the Feywild.
Get a
My
sticker
son
that
was
says
guard of the
Proud
month.
Vikings.
How much
At
younger I
Feywild
am
Universe.
than Rowan?
You're like 110ish, I think.
Okay, yeah, so I'm a baby.
So you're like
I'm just gonna write that.
you're like
down.
19.
You're like a teenager compared to his like mid-20s.
Right.
Like you're like 19 and he's like 26, 29.
We're both legal. I mean, what? Okay.
If you wish.
Fuck John's son.
That's my son. I give you permission.
You. What?
You'll become family.
You wanna be family with that?
I make very good trenches.
I know you do. Wait, what does that have to do?
We will be wed in a trench.
No, they will. I will make you guys the most beautiful trench for your wedding night. It'll be fancy.
Is
I
Ronan
can,
hearing this?
I can use.
He seems to be focused on just getting back
Use
to
your
the
hut?
city.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
use Leoman's tiny hut to provide you guys with even more added shelter.
Didn't
He wants
give
you
a
guys
hut
to
an
fuck.
ant?
I mean, I can help you. I know how to court elves if you
No.
want help with that. Like,
Why do you know how?
'cause I grew up in an elven clan.
Oh, that's what you meant.
He has a lot of practice.
I'm just gonna turn into a cat and follow the group.
Okay.
Gets embarrassed and puffs up into a cat.
A really poofy cat.
Tail
A
in the
Persian
air.
cat.
So, the days kind of go by as you get back into the city. So it's been about 10 days.
Since we initially left?
Yes.
Left from our world.
Yes.
Okay. Did that battle take a week or something?
Yeah. No.
To get back into the city, you're immediately just shepherded up into one of the largest tree in the city. Shepherded straight up into it, past guards.
One that we haven't gone in.
One you have not gone in, and to a height you have not reached yet.
Don't jump off this one.
I know we both say that.
I'm gonna jump
I mean,
off.
meow, meow, meow.
You see Rowan kind of mutter.
Wait, does talk to animals work with Lao when Lao's in animal form?
I mean, I
Yes.
can understand you.
Yeah, but you could talk back.
I guess
Since
technically,
they talk
yeah.
with animals.
Okay.
I swear it picks up. I swear to God it does.
Ronan's talking, but now it's like...
You just hear him pissing in the background.
You can cut my question anyway.
That's fine. But yeah, it's okay. So Rowan kind of talks to all the guards. He goes up and kind of explains it in like really hushed tones. Like we're up.
I feel like we're in trouble.
We are.
You are.
Why am I in
You
trouble?
got the bow.
It's not like I stole it.
You have evidence.
As you make your way up and around this large tree, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 feet into the air, to the point where looking down becomes dizzying. You see that you enter this large room that seems to project outward from the tree, kind of like a disc that kind of halos around the tree. This large building. It can be inside is this wide open space that seems to just sink downward in almost an amphitheater with maybe 4 or 5 levels down. You see at the center of this like amphitheater stage, quote unquote,
It's like an audience chamber.
something like that. You see a large seat that seems to be woven out of old tree and branch. You see standing on either side are kind of an older looking elven man who has this long white hair that's just braided down, kind of goes to the small of his back. His ears, long ears. One's like slightly, like a little nick out of it. Next to him is another elven woman who's doesn't look quite as old. And then on the other side of the seat, on the left side of the seat, you see Kendara standing there very solemnly. She kind of looks at you, Kindra, and just doesn't smile. She looks very somber. It's a very quiet moment. From another room behind the seat walks out, and all the elves, all of them, take a knee.
Did someone
Head down.
I'm gonna join them.
Okay.
I did that.
Same.
I'll sit.
Like elbows. Elbowing them.
I mean, at this point, it's been like 4 days. If you still wish to be a cat, you can choose.
Oh,
to
it's
be
been
a-
4 days?
Yeah.
Oh, walking back. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. I'll do... Yeah.
Okay.
What you're doing.
Y'all take it in, you look up, and you see this wizened, old elven woman. This is pretty much the first elf you've seen who showed any sign of age. He lines across her cheeks. And
She's
lips.
old as balls.
You see, slight wrinkles around her eyes and across her forehead. Her hair is kind of gray and wispy, and completely falls down to the ground, just hit and trails slightly. She has a long oaken walking stick that kind of curves and winds up. She kind of takes very steady steps with it. She wears these dark blue robes, almost the color of ocean at night. She makes her way. Everything's kind of silent. She sits down very gingerly onto the wooden seat. Everyone else kind of stands up. Kindra, you see this old woman kind of looks at you. Her eyes are this bright, are still bright, not clouded, not faded through time, sharp. And they look at you, and they look at Kendara. And before anything, she just kind of sighs. I'm glad to see my grandchild before I die.
Oh shit.
What?
Wow. Hi, Grandma.
You kind of infer that this woman is your mother's mother.
You're still alive.
Damn bitch, you still living.
Elves are, they're quite long.
You see as she sits at spider age, and the difficulty it took for her to walk there. She sits very tall and proud. Her posture is immaculate, despite the age. You see lines in her neck. Her arms, the dress, the robe she wears kind of go down across her arms. You see her hands are slightly gnarled, ever so slightly. She looks at all of you. You sought the arrow of Corellon.
We sure did find it.
And what did you find?
A fight.
Not your bow.
Arrows.
Oh. Yeah, I this thing.
Heroes.
He kind of takes the bow in her hands. She kind of smiles. I thought I'd never see this again in my life.
You've seen it before?
Once, as a small child.
Where?
Why? It was worn by another champion.
Did you know the previous champions?
I knew one. This is Ventress, bow of legend. A bow that sings with the blood of the Fae. And it has entrusted itself to you. She hands it back to you.
Who was the champion that you knew?
She was one of the Fae, a distant. I was but a small child when I saw her. Paraded down through the city, traveling through, I presume. She is old by the time I had seen her, but she carried with her the pride of one who seeks to restore balance to the world of itself. The math in your head, you assume that this is probably about 12 to 1300 years ago,
Oh, jeez.
if that.
Do you know her name?
She thinks, oh, I don't remember. Such as it is with age.
Thanks for nothing, Grandma.
I'm sorry, you don't remember things from like last week. You think she's gonna remember from 13,000?
I don't remember what happened yesterday.
When I was a child, everyone played in the trees.
Not in the dirt.
Now they're on their magic pads.
Please.
Bitch lasagna.
These kids and their sending stones.
Back in my day, we had to travel 20 fortnights to send a message.
Uphill both ways.
Oh,
Through
fuck.
snow.
And
Kill
orc
me at that
raids.
point.
She kind of sits and looks at all of you. To think I would see two champions in my life. Now you seek to restore balance in the world. It appears you've also saved the arrow of Corellon himself.
My arrow is doing a pretty good job of protecting itself.
It wasn't very.
Why do you have to be a smartass, Damage?
Hey, it's a fact.
I know, I'm kidding.
Why do you have to say smart things? Ooga booga.
Oh, is this chamber echo?
John just begrudgingly, why can't I ever say smart things?
They're
I'm
just
smart too.
They're
Fuck up.
just angrily whispering to each other.
Shut up, one eye.
Oh.
Cyclops.
Oh my god.
Permission to kill John?
I can't stop you from doing anything.
So, like, you could even do it. I'd like to see you try.
It's a good thing the words don't provoke your magic sword.
Kill him, please. Don't make
Technically, Vicious Mockery
Vicious
does.
Mockery would.
Oh.
Anyway,
Let her speak.
she thinks for a little while.
I'm just gonna keep my eyes on the floor.
Eyes on the prize.
You feel a pair of eyes looking at you, though.
Probably quite a few.
You look up and you see these piercing green eyes looking at you.
Wait, did the grandma move in front of me or something?
No, she's
Oh.
it feels like it though. It feels like she's completely up in your face, even though she hasn't moved. She has this presence
Damn,
about
John
her.
blue thighs.
It doesn't look like Princess Daphne, but
Princess Daphne.
fucking
Yeah.
Nice.
Dragon's Lair.
yeah.
Nice.
See, we do not get many drow in this land, and fewer still that are not prisoners of war.
I would rather not join them. I've forsaken the drow.
You seek the You seek the life of Trista Worden, I believe. She kind of laughs to herself.
He's real?
Oh, yes. Stories, though old, the oldest stories are often the most true.
I didn't know that. From what I've known, it was just a story made up, but then quickly discouraged to keep the rest of us from trying anything.
I believe the same story can be told many ways, depending on who wishes to tell it.
Is he alive?
No. Not that I'm aware. He may have been able to grow old, but his stories are far older.
Fuck.
Sorry, very drow.
I don't even know him.
Kill me.
He did inspire
We'll kill
me, I
you,
guess.
but
Still, you seek a path of nature. And you seek to distance yourself from a life not many would wish to continue to live by. She kind of thinks for a little bit. Looks at all of you, and you all see these bright green eyes, and you see almost a vision of you see the singular similarities between her, Kendara, and Kindra are the eyes, bright, shining, never faded. She looks at all of you. Your quest will be difficult. If the quest before you are any indication. If you wish to have safe passage and safe lodging, if you're ever in the Fae again, please feel no worry or burden to come here. We shall always have room for you. Now, as my daughter has made it clear, she wishes to see the land beyond the Feywild for a time, and I shall grant her that wish.
Thank you.
You know, she's finally kind of looking at you. Kind of looks you up and down.
She has X-ray vision, you know.
She sees all the holes on your back.
She's got melt your dick vision.
No, she sees the amulet in the cloth is what I'm referring to.
You, child, of the Damaris clan,
believe I have met with a few before, but they reside in one of the other 8 lights. I do not suppose you wish to visit the family.
I don't know if I'm entirely welcome.
Those who leave the Feywild are seldom welcome back. With some exceptions. She kind of waves her hand at Kendara. She kind of bristles a little bit. Just. She looks at you. It appears you are holding you're holding something of great magical energy. Several things.
Yes, well, I'm getting the chest out.
Okay.
We came across my brother at the Arrow, and this was bound to him.
As you hold it up, she kind of takes herself aback a little bit. Everyone kind of steps back.
Oh, that's a good
For a second.
sign.
She doesn't take it in her hand. She just looks at it. This is quite the powerful. This is quite a cursed item. This is a shard of the gem of immortality.
Oh.
Okay.
Sounds bad.
Can I eat it?
Uh-oh.
I suppose, being champions yourself, you have heard of the deeds of the champions before you, and the legend of Mondain.
Nope.
Not really.
Can't recall.
Haven't heard that one.
We're just kind of
You're the bard. You
We're-
don't know it?
And we're just
called here.
going about life here, you know, like we're doing our best.
We kind of happened upon these objects.
We're just kind of following wherever it leads us.
I don't know if I'd call us champions of virtue or anything. We're just.
Such as it may
Some
be.
of us are more virtuous than others.
Wait a minute.
That's not what I meant. I just mean I don't think we're great heroes or anything. We're like illegal.
It's not illegal.
Leaving you home.
You're just
Being a little bitch constantly.
being a little.
Take a swig of alcohol. You're all a bunch of degenerates. It's great. My fucking beard.
I'm enlightened by my own euphoric experience.
She takes a breath. Ages ago, before my time, when the previous champions of virtue were all just beginning their quest, as you are now, there was a legendary wizard by the name of Mondain.
How do you spell that?
Mondain. He discovered, as it were, a gem that provided immense power and immortality. Before his reign had conquered all the lands, he was defeated by champions of virtue long, long before the ones even I had met as a child. Subsequently, in the great battle, the gem was shattered, and pieces of the gem had never been recovered. And it is assumed that they infect the land, and perhaps even have powerful magic of their own, and influence. After Mondain was defeated, his protege, his lover, Minax, Minax, had sought revenge, had found a means to spawn a creature of gears, of demon's fire. Minax had spawned the creature known as Exodus,
Sounds bad.
which again was defeated by the champions of virtue. Few know of this legend anymore, but as new champions come to pass, they should know their history. And
They should know the path ahead may be an arduous one, of similar trial, of similar challenge.
So it's been hundreds of years since there's been other champions.
Until I have met you, there has been none in my memory.
Do you know what chose the others?
I haven't the faintest idea. Some believe that they are chosen by divine entities themselves. Some believe that they are gifts given to those who wish to seek something greater than themselves.
So you think we're those champions?
Right, that's what the shrines have told us.
Why
That we're to be the new paragons.
What are shrines know anyway? Bunch of rocks.
Exactly.
You just licked that one.
What's
And
wrong
it
with
was quite
rocks? I thought
salty.
you loved rocks.
Yeah.
Everyone here knows.
Are you saying that?
they lick their own.
They're invalid.
He kept asking before we even
What is it
get,
we're
like,
supposed to do? There's no
we're supposed to
great
slay the
evil
destroyer
threatening
of
the
Vale.
world right now.
Did you not hear?
I mean, there's the slasher of fails,
Yeah, that
but
sounds pretty bad.
yeah,
Makes
but
sense.
we don't
Well, good thing
we
none
don't
of
know
us wear
anything
veils,
about it.
right?
I have a feeling it's talking about the veils between, realms.
Oh. Does it pierce the veil?
Do you know anything about a slasher of veils?
Veil slasher person?
I do not.
So
That's what the voice
what
tells
was
Alright.
Nero talking about?
Probably
It's the
some,
second
some
time
dude.
we've had that vision of the cave.
That's true.
Is that where we should go next?
And all of the visions have come true so far.
It's also
Oh.
true.
We stopped the spire from crumbling.
That's true. We can
By
change the
stopping the
vision.
Black Archer.
Yeah.
So we have power over our destiny. You know?
So we're just gonna check every cave in the entire
Yes.
country.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Do we have
Oh,
some,
it's
No
spelunking.
problem.
is there a way to follow, is there somebody that we can go to interpret these visions that we've been having
Where'd your
and give
mentor
us
go?
guidance?
Do you know a really tall guy with
You want
lots of
ice?
hands?
I do not know which
My
way.
mentor's probably just chilling in our.
That was what we saw, right? We saw a really tall guy and a bunch of hands with swords.
It's a dark shadow with a bunch of swords. I'm
Yeah.
thinking that's what we're gonna end up
Fighting.
facing up against.
That's probably. The
Yeah, but it was
slasher
a
of
tall
days.
guy with a bunch of hands, so good place to start descriptively.
That's true.
It's not much to go off
Is
of.
there anybody that we can go to interpret these visions or give us guidance?
I do not know of many who know the legends of the champions of virtue.
It'd be so much easier if they were still alive. Like anybody that still knew.
Is
them.
there any sort of a book collection about their
I imagine.
Excuse me?
She can't look to you. I imagine there are several bards who might have heard the tale at some point and may have written it down. Perhaps these tomes exist, or scrolls, depending on how old they are. Prophecy and vision are often best left to those who see them to interpret their meaning. Difficult though it may be to find the next step. Very rarely do they outwardly appear before you. Sometimes they require explicit attention. And perhaps sometimes fate itself shall guide your way.
What would you recommend I do with this shard?
Do not wear it. Do not leave it out of your possession, any of your possessions. Do not listen to it.
Okay, keep it in the box. Got it.
Should we just destroy it? It's a cursed item.
I don't know if it can.
Can I put a smash in it?
So if this is one shard, there are others out there.
Oh, it's in the cash.
We have to throw it in the fires of
Now we gotta
Mordor.
get the fucking Shikan jewel.
Fires Mordor.
From the legends, I've heard that there are 3 shards.
Oh, thank God.
That's so much easier to deal with than like 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh God. Awful.
You may want to keep more guards around the arrow for now. Because it seemed to be driven to it.
I shall convene a court with the rest of the 8 lights, and we shall have this discussion. I might ask of you to write down your exploits as a means of accountability and evidence.
Right. Okay.
That being said, unless there's anything else I can provide for you, you are allowed to stay here as long as you wish. Though I imagine if you do wish to return back to your homes, to spend as little time here as possible.
Right.
Is it possible to is it possible to come back?
I imagine it's about as easy as it would be as difficult as it was for you to get here in the first place.
How far from here is Neverest?
Neverest. That's the 7th light. I believe it is past. It is on the opposite end of the arrow of Corellon from us.
So good luck with that.
How many days journey do you think it would be? I know
There's no
time
days
passes
here.
differently here.
She kind of thinks for a second. You see that one of the other elven woman kind of standing at her right next to the other man. She kind of just coughs slightly. We, as much as we have a unity between the 8 lights, we do not often send people toward Neverest, as they are closest toward one of the portals to the Underdark. We send aid as necessary, but we also do adhere to the fact that it is slightly more dangerous than the rest of the 8 lights. To travel there from here, we would be able to take steed, but it will still take time. It would take, in your mortal terms, about 2 months.
Is that what you want to do?
2 months.
If that's where we must go, I'll follow. As soon
Then
as I
do we
hear
have to
Underdark,
go?
Adventure to the Underdark.
as soon as I hear Underdark, I'm thinking like,
Okay.
did my people put them through that?
Well, is your brother gonna come after us?
I
Maybe.
mean, he's been coming after me my entire life.
What?
So.
So it's not even because of the necklace?
No, he didn't expect me to be there.
But he would have tried to kill you regardless.
Yes.
So why is he still alive? He's your brother, but he's trying to kill you, like my dude.
He's my brother.
He certainly doesn't view it that way.
I need you to be a lot more Sasuke right now. Like
You're giving us too much Naruto.
Yeah.
I have no hatred towards my brother.
He tried to kill us.
Maybe you're hiding something. What did you do to make him hate you so?
I was born.
Oh.
Oh, I know that feeling.
That's a little much. I mean, I'm sure it's sibling rivalry, but
We
is
have
it really
different
that
mothers.
Oh.
He has always held it against me that mine was the human that tore our father away.
Oh, I see. He thinks you're like a
He's a jealous hoe.
Yeah.
or
Does he know about your sister?
No. He
Oh,
would kill her if he did.
Let's not bring her up.
yeah.
So should we go kill him?
No.
What if he
we
kills?
We should find out how he came across a shard of the Gem of the Immortal.
Talk to him?
Huh?
Is he gonna try to kill us?
Is he just gonna tell us, yeah, I got this shard of immortality from this dude
Oh,
who's trying
yeah.
to destroy the world?
You know the guy that like sold the gremlins to that one guy in the movie? Like that's where I got this shot. Like, come on, dude.
We should send Rogar. He's very good at disguising
Yeah,
himself.
that's true.
Oh my god.
The company he keeps is much more susceptible to conversation.
Nice.
Are they gonna betray him like that though?
It depends on what we talk about.
We set one of his friends on fire. I don't know.
Well,
I've
I think
never
it's
seen
more
him
than just something like she literally exploded.
You're right. You're right.
She literally burst into flames. It's a little bit more
An
extreme.
unfortunate
Yeah.
accident.
It's that oops, I accidentally hit her. It's oh, she kind of went boom.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I don't want to keep any of those in my backpack.
Hey, what if you got struck by lightning?
I'd live.
Nice.
We'll see. No.
Pure confidence. Now that's a work
Wait,
of a
there's one way to
chef.
find out.
Confidence is gonna
Test it
keep
out.
Flank alive.
Yes.
We could. Mine or his. His is probably 10,000 times worse than
I'm
mine.
a champion. Maybe.
So are we.
We can
maybe.
discuss this on our own later. Thank you for all of your help.
You are always welcome here. Especially you, Kindra.
Do you want some private time?
I don't know
Should
who
we
you-
leave you?
Have time with grandma.
She seems very nice.
She might give you some cookies.
Is she gonna give me
Some
Werther's
tamales.
originals?
Just picture like meanwhile,
Are you
Lau's mentor
hungry?
is like
No,
in
here's
their
some
like,
tamales.
hideout. And she's just talking to Dandy and just having a great
Do you
time,
want
having the
Wert?
whole
No,
place
okay.
nice.
Sorry,
Very
what?
Uprising.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you must have misheard you. I said, do
She
you
said
want more
frijoles.
tamales?
Okay, elven tomatoes would be fucking delicious.
For real.
If you're vegetarian, they'd be fucking
You're
delicious.
so skinny.
We should try making lumbers bread from one of the rings.
Well, I'll just have the thing where, like, if you eat,
Yeah.
it, like, fills you up, right?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
It's like the sensu bean of Middle Earth.
How many did you eat? 4.
The longest poop ever.
Plus, it's like I'm still going.
Yeah. It's all fiber, dude.
Yep.
It is just solid fiber.
Oh god, Jesus Christ.
So, are we gonna go to
We're gonna
Brother
get
Murder
the-
place?
No, we're getting the...
Or go home.
We should probably
I-
check in.
I would personally like to go to Neverest.
Alright, best of luck, dude. I start heading back.
Oh my god.
I'm just playing. No, I'll go with you.
I'm
I'll
just
go
a
where you
little
split the
worried.
party.
It's gonna
I'll go where
take
you
2
go.
months in our time, which is how much time is even gonna pass by the time we get back if it's like 2 months journey.
If it's 2 months there and 2 months back, so it's 4 months.
We don't know if the time passing in here is how time is passing out.
Yes.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like how much time it's gonna go by in 4 months.
Exactly. Is there other ways of going back home?
I imagine there are other portals, but I do not know where they end. Or where they will deposit you. Time in the Feywild moves like an unending ocean. It doesn't move like a stream. Time here and time in the material plane can change from day to day, from hour to hour. A day here, a day spent here could be a minute, an hour, a day, a month, a year. It's impossible to determine.
We could come back if we left, right? Same way. We should probably go back and check on things.
Yeah, I mean, plus 4 months. Let me just say that again. 4 months just of traveling.
Yeah, that's a winter quarter right there.
Yeah.
Is that
If we leave,
walking?
By steed.
That's
By Steve.
4 months is by steed. Count me the fuck out, dude. No.
if we leave, there's no telling how much time passes in here while we're gone.
There's no way of knowing how much time is out there if we stay.
Kendara kind of raises his hand. I do need to return back here at some point. I can keep tabs up for you if you wish. But again, it is difficult for me to travel at a regular schedule. But I shall have delegates. I shall discuss it with Cinderia. You see, that's the other woman that I was telling you about it. We can send envoys to Neverest to keep tabs on things. Should anything arise, I can send someone out to find you.
I would appreciate that.
Do sending stones like go across?
No, they don't go across planes.
Damn.
Just calling up the Feywild. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Mom, what's up?
You have to pay international fees for that.
Oh god.
You gotta pay interdimensional fees.
Those fees would be ridiculous.
It's like
If
half
you-
your life.
An hour later, oh my god, where have you been?
It would just be like, okay, do you accept the charge? Okay, just blood starts coming out of you.
You accept the charge, your arm just catches on fire.
It takes a quarter of a year off your life.
Okay.
It's also, would your brother be dumb enough to go back to where he lives?
Knowing that we
You
know.
wouldn't expect me to be dumb enough to follow him.
So you admit this plan is stupid.
Yeah.
So we should follow him because he wouldn't expect it.
The part I am most concerned about is he
Yeah?
didn't know where he was when the amulet fell off of him.
Still hates you. But
Oh, he'll probably
No
always
way.
hate me, but I could tell from the look in his eye that he had no recollection of how him and his group got there. Which leads me to believe that he was set up.
So if it's a shard of the gem of immortality, I would assume it has something to do with immortality, but why was he being controlled by it?
Have you reached a decision?
Nope.
I think we should go home.
What
this
are we
place
gonna
is
do
pretty
when
dope.
What are we gonna do when we go home?
We're gonna check out what's going on. Like, okay, we still have our town to build, right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of low on the
I
priority.
don't know if
Yeah.
that's the most important right now when there are literally 2 shards of the Gem of Immortality out there in the world.
Are they gonna be in the Feywild?
One was
Yeah, one was. It doesn't mean the
with
other one's
some
gonna be.
kind of agenda with the arrow.
Well, you're so kind of agenda with these nuts, boy.
Whoa.
Too far,
As
John.
long as we
Too
keep
far.
this one shard, they can't do much, right?
Yeah, because they need all 3, right?
To do.
They didn't.
Well, they didn't destroy the arrow, did they?
They didn't expect us to be there.
Well, that's very true. Do we know where the other arrows might be?
There's only one.
There's just the one arrow?
No.
So
there's
what
more
are the
shards.
locations?
There's
There-
2 more shards.
There's 2.
There are other shards, but they are in far distant lands. Take years to find another one.
Okay.
Did you know this one was here?
This arrow? Of course we know where the arrow is here.
You said shard.
Oh, shards, no. I was talking about the arrow.
Just a quick
Shards?
question for all my
Homies?
what's the word for the thingy, like the in the ring and the what's the word for those?
The what? Gems of virtue?
Is that what they are? Are they gems of virtue?
They're...
Like what's the term for all those?
Artifacts of virtue.
I don't
Trinkets.
know, what are we calling them?
Amulets.
Ding-dongs of
You don't have
virtue.
anything
Treasures.
set yet?
Treasures of virtue.
I don't know if we've really been calling them anything except
Mementos of virtue.
Well, do all of your guys' things have words in them?
Do that? I think
Books.
Can you use your words a bit better?
Mine has the word Beth carved in it. Does your guys?
Mine says MU. I don't know what that means.
Mine says AMH.
Nice.
AHM.
What does yours say?
Beth.
Like the name? Beth.
I mean, we
Beth move.
found out that those correlated with the shrines we coral. That's how we found the first one for the amulet.
You may get them scrambled.
What's yours?
Raw.
Ra? Like R-A.
What does that mean? Mine's MU.
Well,
Mu'am
technically,
Beth Ra.
God.
Well, I mean, I think it might be a jumble or something.
Yeah.
Ramune.
Who just carved Beth into yours?
Dude, it's like some 7-year-old
That was
girl.
the name of the girl who owned it before.
Beth, why won't you love me, Beth?
How many more of those treasures
Go to
are
Beth.
do we need? 2 more? Missing.
3.
Becky.
3?
I'm missing 3.
But we're missing a bunch of shrines.
Rama.
Yeah.
Rama.
Really?
Beth.
So should we look for more shrines? Should we?
We are missing 2 artifacts and 3 shrines.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote that down somewhere over here.
Because we have the circlet of valor, but we haven't found the shrine for it.
Shall we go back
And then
see if
sacrifice
we suss out more information?
Yes.
Sacrifice and honor are the ones we're missing.
So the places that we have not gone is the bog, was the plateau compassion?
Yeah.
The volcano.
Yeah, the
That's one
volcano,
we're, like,
and then the
I'm not too excited to go to a volcano.
Let's go to the volcano.
We did, didn't we?
I don't mind volcanoes.
Volcano time.
Yes.
Hot, hot, hot.
Well, we still need to decide whether we're staying here or going back.
I mean, again, what's the point in staying here? You'll see Damaris' brother. He's gonna try to kill us. We'll kill him. And then we'll all feel bad.
You cannot kill my brother.
I can definitely kill your brother.
That's not what he meant.
Don't test me, boy.
Just
But
because you don't have any family left doesn't mean people want to live.
hey, bro, I'm gonna use calm emotions on this motherfucker real quick with my ray of
I'm gonna
compassion.
stab him.
Calm
Oh my
emotions.
God.
Your emotions.
Your emotions are
Relax.
calm, so you need to calm your
Can
goddamn
you stab
titties.
him in a
You
calm
drugged him,
fashion?
Is that
Again.
a Jedi
Tits.
mind trick thing? You are calm. I
Yeah.
am calm. Is that pretty much how it is?
A little bit.
Pretty
No.
much. I just wave
I'm
my arm,
Still pissed.
and your dick goes down. Like, goodbye.
Aggression
so-
makes people's dicks hard. What?
You
Yeah.
need to make a charisma saving.
Okay.
So each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on the point you choose, much right. So pretty much everyone has to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Saving throw?
So that would just be exactly the same.
Oh shit! Oh my Jesus! I got a
8.
1.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Rogar's just
He's
gonna set
already
it all on
calm.
fire.
Yeah.
Regards like I'm already calm.
So what's your number? 10.
I'm already calm.
8.
8.
What'd you get?
18.
18.
So Rogar and Damaris, you're more or less unchanged. The rest of you, all of your emotions kind of relax.
Great, I go completely
I was
flat.
already relaxed.
Alright, can I use sleep on Damaris?
Why are you just doing this?
Because he's being a piece of shit right now.
Oh my god.
You're just getting defensive because I found what your weakness is.
You're just drugging.
That's not how sleep works, but
Are you just gonna fall over?
You're just mad because you're angry.
I mean, that's the mood.
That's literally him right now. He's just mad because he's angry.
Please.
Okay, so
No more fighting.
pointless brother killing, or actually doing shit.
And what shit are we going to be doing?
We're gonna be looking for shrines, dude.
There could be another one here.
We found how many here?
1,
How many have we found outside?
Ooh.
2.
How many butt cheeks do you have?
Wow.
Do you know how big the Feywilds are?
Do you know how big my fucking dick is?
I do,
You
and
want
it's
it?
not.
Exactly. So lick my nutsack. So lick my nutsack is what I'm trying to go at.
There's nothing there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my nutsack is actually very full of very powerful sperm. Okay, the sinners.
Very
Because nobody wants to sleep with you?
Okay, anyway,
Very
so we could stay here and do jack shit and
God
wait to be
damn.
killed by your brother or kill him because we're not gonna have a choice. Or we can do shit because we found more shrines outside.
Do you know how close I am to
There's-
stabbing you?
I hope you are very close because I will
So
kick your ass, dude.
close.
These are our options.
The
These-
testosterone in this room
To
is so
stay
big. Oh.
is more information gathering,
Yeah.
albeit very risky information gathering, because we don't know if they'll actually betray his brother and give us the information that we're looking for.
4 months of round trip travel, and there is a chance your brother would just say that he doesn't know.
And
That-
can't
that'd be
actually
the-
say anything.
No,
You
it's
can't
weird.
actually say anything?
My brother's
He's
mute.
mute.
Oh, okay, so this is even more pointless than before. Hey dude, let's go talk to my brother. Okay, cool. Oh wait, he's fucking mute, so he can't tell us shit anyway.
Do you
So
ever
what's
pay
the
attention to
goddamn
anything?
point?
Did
you
you
not
write your brother
perhaps-
a letter?
Do you ever have any good ideas?
He will burn the
Did
letter.
you not happen to notice how he still communicated with his entire group on the battlefield?
Do
We
you
thought they
not
had some
notice how
psychic
he
link
still
where they were
tried to
very well
fucking
synced.
murder us and didn't stay around after?
Because you tried to kill him, and you did blow up one of them.
You
That was
hit
an accident.
one.
Rogar blew him up.
Number one. They attacked us first. They hit you in the shoulder. Yes or no?
I'm gonna
Yes
hold
or
up
no?
The box.
Yes or
I'll
no?
hold up the box.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Did they try to kill you? Yes or no?
Wow.
It's a simple question.
Yes.
Okay. 2. Would they continue to attack us even after we took out the fucking amulet? Yes or no?
Us? No.
Your brother did want to kill you. How badly?
That is between us.
To be
What
fair,
the fuck?
Oh, that's between us. Oh, yeah, I'm Damaris. I'm gonna fucking. Like, that's. You're being really dumb right now, dude. Cool guy. But you're being really fucking stupid.
to be
There's
fair,
no point to stay here if there's no information that we're gonna be gathering.
To be fair, they did immediately leave.
They didn't
You suck,
exactly.
but
They,
you're
they didn't even go
cool.
like, "Oh, my bad. I was being
As
mind
soon
controlled."
as the object that was charming them to attack us was removed from him, they left.
And
They
he
did
did-
no further harm
He
to
didn't
us.
take like a little like one slap and carve like, "Sorry, being controlled." Like, okay, my dude.
Sorry, being controlled, lol.
Just hold on, let me make chisel really quick.
If they
So-
have learned that
so
John has
wha-
no comprehension of how possession works.
1, your brother's dumb. 2, you're dumb. 3, this is all stupid. We should go back home.
You can go home. You can
I'll-
go home anytime.
I'll go home right now.
I would love that.
I start
If
walking
anything,
home.
I
Stop
believe God
fighting.
is just trying to, like, do a greater kindness towards you to prevent you from possibly having to kill your brother.
I wouldn't kill him.
Or him kill you.
This is so stupid.
Okay, for what it's worth, Kendara did offer to keep tabs on Neverst. And because of the trickiness of the flow of time, I think we have being potential candidates for Champions of Virtue, we have a duty to protect the normal plane of existence, right? So, for
We
4
have
months...
no leads for anything else.
Oh, I'm just gonna be. I'm Damaris. I'm emo. Yeah, I want to stay here and beat up my brother.
Does
and
anybody
like,
have
just
a
fucking
mute
die.
like spell?
Oh, mute like your
Anybody.
brother? Oh, yeah, that's right.
I
Get
got a
fucked,
fist
kid.
to the face.
Ugh.
Yeah, you should shove that up his asshole.
Wow.
What do you
Flank, I will give you a gift.
There's so much.
My face lights up.
We're in an amphitheater with all these elves watching us do this.
Can I just
Yeah,
slap them
I'm
both?
gonna start
No, I
rummaging
already
through my
left.
bag.
I'm walking back home.
No.
You're
Yeah.
walking
You
back.
see-
You're
you
You
don't know
see
where it is.
the
You don't
the
know
old
where it is.
the old you see the old elven just smiling.
We're doomed.
What do you think?
The champions of virtue. Like the title shows up.
This is why I
Bam,
asked
bam,
you.
bam,
You
bam,
really
bam,
think
bam,
we're
bam,
the
bam.
champions of virtue.
I'd also like to go back to the normal plane because I missed my horse.
Yeah. Also, nobody wants to be here.
Flank,
That's
you want
another
a
point.
Just-
crowbar?
We'll come back.
Oh shit!
You want a crowbar?
We will come back.
You have a crowbar, Flank.
I'm trying to like think of everything
I'll put
Damaris
the
has
crowbar
confiscated from me.
Just
We'll
gonna
come-
hold up a really long key. You want a key?
Yeah.
Flank, your horse is back there.
Oh.
Don't you miss your horse?
Hold up a really fancy metal elven brooch.
I thought you sold that. Oh no, it was cheap.
It was
You
cheap.
did,
So.
yeah.
Nice.
I feel since we have. It feels since we have an established way to have contact with information gathered from Neverest, so we should go back and maybe kind of, you know, see with what we learned now from here. What
Cool,
we
but I
can-
still want you to punch the. I still want you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there's 3 against 1 so far.
I'm not concerned about the plan anymore.
Oh, you're
I
not
want him to. Punch
I
You're not
abruptly
concerned about-
punch John.
Your Honor, Your Honor, let it be on record. Let it be on record that the accused said that he does not care about the future plan.
I
He
punched
just
John in the
he
face.
just said that.
As you
dodged.
walk over, you feel the presence of several armed guards, kind of watching you from the perimeter of the room.
And they can watch. I take off my breastplate. I'm gonna like I start. All right,
Oh
now.
my god.
Punch in the face. Get ready.
You need other people to fight your own battles.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's fucking funny to see you get punched by a dwarf.
Oh really? He hasn't even punched me yet. He hasn't even punched me yet. So you're gonna kick that if you punch me.
I feel bad. Oh, I don't know what to do.
You
I like
Do-
this
do
thing
you-
on my breastplate and look menacing at John's like I'm gonna punch his face.
Do you really want to be one of Damaris's puppets?
But me and Dabbers are friends.
Oh, really?
Aren't you?
When has it been nice to you?
He gave me my glue back.
I did.
After taking it away.
After he hurt himself with it.
After taking it away.
I did.
I taught you how to play the trumpet, my dude. Do you forget that?
This is like the crisis moment.
You
Do you-
probably
do you-
forgot fireworks.
We
Do you
go
forget-
fighting together.
He probably.
Do you forget the time when we bought matching outfits?
You don't go pit
Can
fighting
I
with him.
can I just slap them both?
Sure. Just
Stop it! You're talking. So
you see that the older woman has this big smile on her face. She seems very peacefully. Oh, to be young again.
Grandma, what do you think we should do?
That's the look my mentor gives me when she knows that I'm being dumb.
She looks over to Kendara. I can see why you've grown an affection toward those outside of the Feywild. They are fucking idiots. So exciting.
fucking normies.
You have been presented with a task, a journey to go on to. This is the journey that may be one of outward adventure, of inward change. It is difficult to say. But I do suggest to look into the virtues themselves and perhaps glean some knowledge from them. Now, that being said, an old woman, if you would allow an old woman to retire back into her chambers. She just stands up. As she stands up, everyone takes a knee again.
It's very fair, Grandma.
Very mood.
God, I wish that were me.
She walks off back into the room very slowly. As she closes the door to her chambers, everyone gets back up again. Kendara kind of walks up too, standing tall, proud. So, you shall be needing You wish to return home, I presume? Unless you do wish to travel to Notice, I will not stop you, but it will be time consuming, and time is not your friend in the Feywild.
Can we travel on a giant bird?
No.
Based on giant birds.
We can always come back.
Where can we buy giant birds?
You cannot. I believe.
That's slavery.
It's not It's like having a pet. You can buy a
have
horse.
wild
That's not
membership.
slavery.
Guess we'll be returning home.
It's companionship, dude.
Your brother will wait.
Haven't you heard
Oh,
this
wait.
person's old
What?
mentor that you could easily get lost in time?
What was that, dude?
Speak one more
What
word
did
to
you
me
say?
and I will stab you.
Hold up, like just hearing one more time. The plan is.
Oh my god!
Go back?
Please
I'm gonna
stop.
stab him.
I dab aggressively.
What does that mean?
I cringe.
Are you okay?
Or he'll hurt himself for me. That's fine.
Yeah, that's right. That's the paramedics going to heal your fucking burn, bruh. Fire department looking ass.
Heal your burn.
Yeah.
I don't really think there would be another shrine in here because none of the other places looked like this.
He never found the golden tree.
I mean,
That's my fault.
what makes it?
Oh.
Wait, what?
God said it's his fault.
That's my fault.
I said, what was that?
There is actually a tree. I forgot to draw it because I'm an idiot. There's actually one on
Well,
the hill.
good job, God.
Was
I-
it
the sky is open up.
It's just like God just reading
Listen,
over the book.
I
Oh,
had
my
to keep
bad.
track of so much
Yeah.
fucking shit today.
I was kinda
I had to
hanging
make
on the
another.
tree.
I had to pretty much make another group of players, stat them all out, and have them fight you.
Right.
Was the tree important?
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Well,
Like, we didn't have to touch it or
wait,
anything?
isn't that what my mentor said
Okay.
for us to do?
Apparently not.
So just everyone forget about the trade. It never existed, right?
Yeah,
We
'cause
never
I was,
saw a golden tree.
Yeah, because I was actually banking on that. I was like, well, we didn't see that, so obviously that's still here.
Okay.
Ha ha ha! Get fucked.
That was my fault.
When we come back, we'll just.
I'm sorry, God made a mistake.
I'm sorry you were a mistake.
DMs are not infallible.
Get
Please
frigged.
let me stab him.
No.
At least leave the court.
Okay, I'm gonna walk outside.
Yeah, that's right. Leave, bitch.
John, quit provoking Damaris.
Oh, but
You're all
it's
being
so
quite
much
childish.
I'm gonna throw him off the tree at this point.
Damaris, don't throw things off.
You
He's
feel
trying to trigger that kind
you
of fast.
feel a warm a hand on your shoulder, and you see Kendara kind of leaning down toward your ear.
A hot.
If there are disputes to be settled, I do believe I might have a solution. Orgy file.
Fight in the pit.
Sex off.
She leads you to her tree, more or less.
The smaller tree.
It's one of the smaller ones.
I
but
kick him off the tree.
you climb up a set of stairs, and you see that you go into a room that has large glass panels, kind of windows surrounding it, and inside what appears to be a training hall. Large and circular wooden floors. You see practice training dummies alongside the walls. You see wooden spears and swords around. She takes John Damaris, puts her hands on your shoulders, looks at you. If you wish to settle disputes, you may do so here safely.
Done. Let's go.
Although, she reaches down, grabs your weapons. Just keeps reaching, grabs all of them.
All my knives.
Takes them. I will have these for safekeeping.
Can we use magic?
You're so lame.
I'm a bard, okay? It's part of my skill set, okay?
You gotta
That's
use
kind of all he can do.
I suggest to not destroy the training hall as it is.
Don't worry, I'll just destroy him.
I'm gonna deck him in the face right now.
Can I participate too? I'm taking off my.
No.
Like just jump into the fray.
This is between them. They need
Okay.
to let out
I
their.
stripped my
Alright.
underwear.
Men
It's
need
like
to
I want to fight the
get
winner.
this out, or else
So,
they
in,
need
in,
to let
in,
out all
in,
the
in a
testosterone.
similar design to the amphitheater room of your grandmother, this is a large circular room that seems to, instead of a step down amphitheater, it's more like a large central ring, about maybe 20, maybe about 40, about 20, 25 feet in diameter. Oh, not diameter, diameter.
Is Ronan here?
Rowan is not.
Oh.
Damn, I wanted him to be my cheerleader.
It's fenced off just slightly. Like it only had maybe like a 3 or 4 inch railing around the perimeter. Kendara comes out. I would suggest to not kill each other. Otherwise, the only rule is if you are ejected out of the ring or are unable to fight, please consider the loss. So, begin. Roll initiative.
I whispered to Kendra, 50 crescents on Damaris.
Fuck you,
17.
You don't hear that.
Wait, it's dexterity?
Yeah.
18.
18. Alright, do it again.
15. What'd you get?
Not that one.
Alright. So, in this contest, you both have. I'm going to give you both 28 health. You have 3 rounds. Complete rounds. Whoever's lowest at the end loses.
Okay.
Or at 0, or away from the ring.
I cast magic missile at the 3rd level.
You goddamn cheater.
Okay.
Magic's allowed. Wait, does he keep his shield? I don't know.
Okay. I forgot you know magic missile.
Goddamn cheater.
I passed Damaris a folding chair.
So at 3rd level, that's
So it's 3 missiles plus 3.
plus 2.
Oh, plus 2, sorry. So it's 5 missiles.
5d4 plus 1.
Yeah. So, 5. Is it plus 1 every single time? Okay. 5, 8, 11, 14.
Yeah, one more roll. 17.
17.
He got all
Twat,
threes.
twat, 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 twat.
Wow.
Just shattered with
That's all
with
to his sword.
with bolts. Damaris, it's your turn.
It doesn't matter who wins, just take your aggressions out and we'll decide on something.
You.
I'm gonna cast fucking Moonbeam at this point.
Damaris,
Okay, I will say you can technically use Divine Smite on a barehanded attack.
I can?
Yes.
Holy shit.
in this context only, I will say you have the ability.
Do I get-
In the Feywild, blessed by in a
do
land
I
blessed
still
by-
get 2?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, 'cause it is melee.
It is a melee attack. It might technically say weapon attack, but
No, it does say melee. Okay. I'm gonna use.
to see your fucking face on him, I can't fucking use divine smites.
I'm gonna use two level.
Technically, it's a melee weapon attack, but for the sake of this fight
Well-
in the Feywild,
two level divine smites.
I use
Okay.
counterspell.
You can't on my fist.
Yeah, I can.
technically yes, because you are expending a spell slot.
It's not his turn.
He
No, it's
uses
a reaction.
It's a trap card.
Oh, get fucked, bitch.
So that's only for.
Wow.
Hold on.
What is that?
It's only for one attack.
Yeah, I can like. I did 27 damage to him the first time.
Hold on. This is surprisingly interesting.
This is intense. I thought you guys were just gonna.
If the creature's casting a.
He fucking
If the
cheated.
creature is casting a spell 3rd level or lower, the spell fails and has no longer effect. So it works once. So on a one divine smite attack. You do have 2 attacks.
So only one of them works.
Yeah. You can still make two. You can still make 2 melee attacks, just fist attacks. Just one of them has divine smite.
It's like a very intense game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now.
What'd you get?
Do I still have proficiency?
Yes.
20.
Okay. So roll. So your first hit is a D. Basic melee attacks are always D4.
D4.
The triangle thing.
Just that. And
Um,
then with the.
an unarmed strike is. Oh no. Sorry. On a hit, an unarmed strike deals bludgeoning damage equal to 1 plus your strength modifier. You deal 1 plus your strength modifier.
So 3.
3 damage? Okay. So that hits. Your next one if you want to blind smite it.
$15.
I have 13 armor class.
So that hits. So this
So
is
that's-
1 plus your strength modifier.
So
So
3.
3.
So 3, so 6 damage total. And now you can do your
And
divine.
then 3d8? Yeah, 3d8.
3d8.
We have 27 left.
For divine
20.
smite.
Oh.
20?
Okay.
20.
Oh yeah, because I just got the 7 damage.
Yes, yes, 17.
Because
so
I
divine
guess
smite is
John
3d8.
is
No,
like holy.
you're at 14 because you took 3 and 3, 6.
But I did how much damage to you? Did I-
17.
I did 17.
Yeah.
So he has 3 left.
Yes.
Okay.
3 what?
So you have 3
No.
health. 3 health.
So you
I
started.
have 11.
No, you took 17 damage.
From 28.
Yeah,
No,
then
everyone starts at 20.
You said
you
28.
said 28.
Yeah, you
It
did
took-
take 20.
You said 28.
What did I say?
Yeah.
28.
You
Okay,
said
fine,
28
whatever.
started.
You said
No,
28.
If it's 20, that's fine though.
I heard
Like,
28.
I'm still gonna
Alright, whatever.
regardless.
You said 28, so
Alright,
I'm
fine.
at
I
11.
got 11 then. You're at fucking.
So I'm at 21.
Yep.
15.
15 damage. So you get 6.
I'm at 6. Okay.
Yep. So just a glowing fist just whack right into your chest, and all the wind just kind of just blows out of you, and like you feel like your ribs bruising.
Okay, so I have 5 health.
6 health.
6 health. And
Yeah,
you have
11.
11?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just use my extra muscle at a 3rd level again.
Okay.
Like,
Wait.
because I used the counter spell, I have 3 3rd levels. So I use magic missile 3rd level, counter spell 3rd level, and then magic missile again.
No. Well, it's been 4 days. Yeah, you have last one. Okay, you're good.
So 3 plus 1 is 4. So I'm using it at 3rd level, so it's 5 of them.
Yes.
Okay, so 4. Another 4.
Fucking cheater.
8.
So 8,
He's using magic.
10, 11.
That's it.
Oh my god.
And just for the hell of it, 12. Or 13.
You are blown out of the ring and knocked unconscious.
Oh, I thought he
Fucking
like.
cheater.
I thought he was out of the tree or something.
Meg,
It's supposed to be a fist fight.
Ooh, you won with magic.
He used magic too.
Because you hit me with fucking missiles.
Bet you didn't expect to hear me again. So, what happened was that the audio stopped recording right about at the last maybe 10 minutes or so before we actually finished the session. So, I wanted to come in and just let you know briefly what happened. So, right after John and Damaris's fight, after Damaris lost the fight, Damaris, in a bit of heated passion, for lack of a better term, decided to try and get back at John in a way that was as devious or as tricksy as John has been throughout their relationship. So Damaris decided to find Rowan, the elven guard who was guiding them to and from the Arrow of Corellon, and decided to sleep with him. After succeeding in a few roles, the two of them had a wonderful night together, and afterward the party went back to the material plane, back to Briarden, and it was upon leaving the Feywild, leaving along with Kendara, going back to the material plane and back to Briarden, that they learned that in the time they spent in the Feywild, which was about maybe 10 days, that in the material plane and in Briarden, that 10 months had passed. So that's where we ended the session, and hopefully that's where we're going to pick up again by the time the next episode comes out. So stay tuned with that. Stick to the Twitter, and Happy New Year. Thank you so much for listening, all of you who are still listening. And this new year will probably bring some more new things to this podcast, but we need the listenership first. We need you to, if you get to this point, if you're listening to me right now, take the links. There's a playlist, so you don't have to click each individual episode. Send the playlist to people you think would be interested in listening, people who like Dungeons & Dragons, people who have time to listen to it, because I am fully aware that this is kind of a long commitment, as with any Dungeons & Dragons podcast. But the more listeners we get, the better things we can do. And even right now, if you're listening to this point, I'm so thankful. We're all so thankful that you're listening to this, because this is still kind of in the pet project sort of stage. But the fact that we're getting any sort of listenership at all, right now, our first episode, our pilot episode, has a little less than 150 views, which is relatively small compared to other videos. But for us, for our group, it is greater than we could have ever imagined, because this was something we just decided to do on a lark, and we're getting feedback from it that people really like it. So please, if you like it, if you want to listen to more episodes and you feel really connected to these characters, send this to people that you would think would also appreciate it. And then hopefully, as the year goes on, we're going to do greater and better things for you, the listeners, because that's one of the things we want to do, is give back in that way of giving you more than just a twice monthly podcast or a bi-weekly podcast. We want to do other things. So the more listeners we get, the more incentive we have, and the more ability we have to make better and better things. So thank you so much. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you soon for the next episode.